Well, hello, everybody. Hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful day, or afternoon, evening, wherever it may be for you. As I get our game booted up, my name is Psychonius. Welcome to a very special playthrough. Welcome to one of my personal favorite games that I have never actually beaten. A game that, well, I can't claim I have an insane amount of hours on, probably 140 or so over the course of like multiple years of playing it and such. Fact is, it's a very special game that has a very special place in my heart.
You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor.
Oh?
I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor.
It doesn't look that bad, maybe a bit dusty.
By decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable
Oh, what kind of power are you hoping for?
With relic and ritual, I've bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil.
Oh, well, who'd have thunk it?
Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity. Until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from
I guess
clutching shadows.
Guess I'll just have to do what I can do.
Of the darkest dungeon.
Well, you really screwed the pooch on this one, now, didn't you? Darkest Dungeon's about making the most of a bad situation. Quests will fail, or must be abandoned. Heroes will die, and when they die, they stay dead. Progress auto-saves constantly, so actions are permanent. The game expects a lot of you. How far will you push your adventures? How much are you willing to risk in your quest to restore the hamlet? What will you sacrifice to save the life of your favorite hero? Well, that automatically went on by, but I think basically we got the gist. This is Darkest Dungeon. Oh, that said, I've never actually beaten this game, but I have played it many a time over the years. And, well, that's why I'm starting it for our random playthrough series. So what that basically means is, for those that, since it's still relatively new thing, kind of like what I did with Night Rain, on Saturdays or days where I don't normally stream, if I just feel like booting up the camera and just then playing through some stuff. This is basically just ways for us to play through games that, while we can make progress in them, there are chances we have streams where literally nothing gets accomplished. There's chances we have streams where we try our best and just like stuff just doesn't go well. Especially in this game's case, that could very easily happen. So that's why I figured this is the best format for it. And, well, way to celebrate hitting officially 50 followers on Twitch. As I didn't have something planned this Saturday, but, well, plans changed. Plans changed, plans got canceled. I'm like, well, what better time to just go ahead and get this started. So hello, Miru. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. Yep. Okay. So we are going to play this game. Now, I was debating this. So what we're gonna do is I am going to play the base game with the only DLC being added is the new class, the classes that you can buy for DLC, and the districts one, just because districts is just kind of a just helpful thing regardless of what you're doing. And I figure basically what we can do is at a later point do another playthrough of Darkest Dungeon with the Crimson Court and Color Madness. Because what that is Darkest Dungeon is already kind of a difficult game, and while Crimson Court and Color Madness add mechanics to it that don't make it too crazy, they're kind of a way that ups the game time, and Crimson Court especially screws around with the base game basically, and makes it do certain things that affects like the actual dungeon and such, which I figured the idea is we could then dedicate a whole other playthrough to at a later point after we would hopefully beat this one, to then be able to beat Crimson Court. Color Madness I'm not too worried about, because Color Madness is basically a gauntlet type situation, but I thought on it and I think that's the best way of handling it. So that's why I feel like activating these DLCs for right now is what we will do. And we got our difficulties here. So yeah, Radiance is basically the easier mode. Darkest is the normal mode. And Stygian is basically your hard mode if you really want to kick yourself in the balls. So we're just going to be playing on Darkest. And we shall name ourselves the Syconius District. Alright, Miro. Guess who is finally getting his powers? Oh, what kind of powers we getting? Are you sure type shit? Oh, I'm absolutely sure. I think that's the best way to go about it. Was I LNV tuber? Hope you're having a wonderful day. But I'd say with that now, let's go ahead and jump on into this.
You will arrive along the old road.
Oh, this place looks friendly.
Serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors.
I feel like that's what everyone just experiences when they hop onto one of my streams.
So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery.
That one especially.
Madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
The old road. With the stagecoach destroyed and the caretaker gone, you will have to make the journey to the hamlet on foot. Well, that does suck. So you play different games? Yeah, we play a series of RPGs and some other things as well. But your model look cool. Well, thank you very much. Map navigation. To move forward, click on another room on the map display. This will take you to the connecting hallway. So I have my settings that y'all can't see my mouse, basically, but yeah. So this is Darkest Dungeon. How it works is it's a very, very typical dungeon crawler. Delegate moves and such, but we have our two starting characters. While your characters will be randomized, these two, Reynold and Dismas, I believe. Yep. These two guys will always be the exact same every playthrough. I don't know if different difficulties change this, but They will always show up like this. They'll have the exact same quirks and such, which we'll get into quirks in these same moves. They're basically they're the one guaranteed aspect when it comes to your party in this game.
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
While in the hallway, press D to move forward, A to move back, and for the mouse, you can click ahead or behind the party to move them. Yeah. In this game, I was raging that it wasn't pretty. Oh yeah, no, it's got its way of doing that to you.
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
God, I love this narrator so much. He's so good. Kill the enemy. Combat is turn-based. On your hero's turn, click a skill icon and then click on the highlighted target. If you can't select a particular skill, it's because the target needs to be standing in a different position or spot, or there are no valid targets. Mouse over the skill to see the requirements. Yep. So we have multiple skills to choose from. Every character has yeah, that's 7 of them that will get abilities to unlock the rest later. But you can only have 4 equipped at once. So how this works is when you hover over the skill, you can see the little dots, basically what position your character needs to be in, the yellow ones, to be able to do stuff, to use that attack or action. And then the red dots on the right side will show what position the enemy needs to be in. Now, there's a lot of more stuff to go over as we'll kind of like see, but that's basically the biggest thing you need to know. So with Dismiss here, well, we can open Vein, which is a melee attack that has potential for bleeding, and though it's hard to see, yeah, you can't see it with my overlay, it'll also debuff the target to get them minus bleed resist and minus speed. Did you say that this is one of your favorite games? Oh yeah, no, I love this game. Yep. But you can hover over your enemy as well and see their stats. Protection is basically their defense, so it shows how much percentage-wise damage they're going to be able to take off. Dodge, how likely are they to dodge your attack. The higher the number, the worse it's going to be. And speed, how speedy they are, basically. How likely are they to get before you. Yep. But you see, that's pretty much one of the main things that you gotta keep in mind with this game, that some attacks will move your position. Your characters have 4 positions they can be in for the fight. And so while we only have 2 to work with right now, it's not too bad. If that were a situation where if Reynold here got launched to like the 3rd or 4th row, dude could literally do nothing to help us. So we're just gonna do a smite, and as you hover over the target on the yellow side of his thing, you can see basically what's your chance of hitting, what's your chance of critting, and how much damage are you going to do.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Because one of the things to keep in mind is that, well, a lot of this game is RNG, and that very much goes for the damage you can do in some regard. Interactive objects, curios. While exploring, you will often find interactive objects. Click or press W to investigate them. Take a look at this tent.
Leave nothing unchecked. There is much to be found in forgotten places.
Yep, so most curios you can basically always investigate or try and loot. Some of them have bad stuff that can happen from them. Some very often than others. Or when we get some items later on, we'll even have the ability to use certain items on certain curios to get different effects.
Send these vermin a message.
Oh, nice. And we got a surprise on them.
And their kind is no longer welcome.
That is great. Okay. So we got 2 guys here. So Brigand Bloodletter's got no dodge, 1 speed. The Brigand Fusilier, or Fusilier, however you'd say that, dodge 7, speed 6, so he's a bit more quicker on the draw. Now, general rule of thumb when it comes to this game, any enemy in the back row is a problem. They tend to put in a lot of enemies in this game that when they are in the back row, their purpose is they are going to do stuff to ruin your day. And so you want to find ways to take them out as soon as possible. But that though, what I am going to do with Dismiss here is I'm going to begin using a tracking shot, because it's one that doesn't do too much damage, but it buffs him to allow him to get more chance for crit and to up his damage. And you can hover around over your dudes to see like what buffs they currently have applied, and you'll be able to see your debuffs as well. Let's say, do I want to try stunning first? Yeah, we could try that. Yeah, I want to try and show off stunning. Alright, that lowers our dodge. Yeah, so Rain of Whips, it gives us bleeding, which there's actual poison in this game. But pretty much bleeding is a form of ways for you to lose your HP and such. Okay, so he's got 9 HP. We have potential to do 5 to 10. Oh, Warwick and Craig at a 14. Yeah. So what I was trying to do there is stunning blow. So what this move has is that there's a status effect called stun in this game, which basically prevents the enemy from taking an action if it works. Now enemies, they have dedicated resistance to status ailments. So stun had a 50%, so I was kind of he has 50% resistance, so I was kind of taking a bit of a risk with that. So I'm just gonna start attacking at this point then. Yeah, I'm pretty sure for the rest of this fight, he's gonna just keep trying to Rain of Whip us. Yeah, but with Dismiss here, can also now just start meleeing him, get that bleed going. And that should... Dang, it leaves him at 1. I keep seeing Forgive Me Father 2 in this game. Yeah, it's different genre, main art style. Oh yeah, now I can definitely see it. I actually really want to play that series purely because the art style looks fantastic. Oh, nice.
Perhaps the turning point.
Completing a quest. After you complete the requirements of a quest, you have the option to return to town at any time. Just click the crest. You don't need to return to the starting room of the dungeon to exit. Yep. Now, we do have this chest to interact with. Don't do it. This chest is always trapped. It's very much to give a last fuck you before you leave. So we're just going to go ahead and return to the hamlet. Yeah, but if you finish your quest, you still have the option to explore the rest of the dungeon for whatever you're doing. I'm gonna crack on my Coke. Yep, but we get our quest rewards. Collect a treasure. So this is refunding any supplies you got and new treasures you got. And collected heirlooms are, we'll explain those later, but basically, to think about it like this, they're going to be your upgrade points. So certain things you're going to need to, certain things later on, we're going to need certain amounts of busted heads to get, paintings, deeds, and crests to get. Oh, and nothing new. Huh.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
Yep, so we get a little activity log here, basically summarizing what we've done in the week. Quest goals, basically what your current objectives are right now, which really all of it kind of does is basically just set you up, be like, hey, go do all this stuff. pretty much go beat a bunch of bosses and all that. Get help where you may on any screen in the game, and basically just like I know what I'm doing. So I don't know why I love this game so much when I hate this shit so much. Dude, this game's got a way of just like sucking you in. Like that, like literally, usually as well, there's a genre I hate. Like I hate the game where it's so easy for you to just like lose out on everything and get screwed over. But this game just has a way of sucking me in. I think I don't know if it's the art style. I don't know if it's just, I think I know what it is, but it's like, I think it's primarily the art style and the exploring. It's got an addictive loop that really makes you want to just keep going. Yeah, suck me? No.
Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
I think the narrator also heavily helps out. Alright, but there's our graveyard. Basically, when we have, well, I'll say when we have people die, because, well, this game gets quite tough at points. That's where we can view them. Why, man, that was rude. Well, because I'm not interested.
Trinkets and charms, gathered from all the forgotten corners of the earth.
Okay. Nomad Wagon, so you get the opportunity to buy certain trinkets and all that. Fair warning, most trinkets in this game, there's a very rare few. Pretty much almost all of them give you buffs and then have some sort of downside to them. Sometimes it's extremely worth it, sometimes it's not. But what we want to make note here is this is our first building that to kind of show off. So that what I was talking about earlier with the crest. So we could use these crests to actually upgrade the wagon. So we can increase the number of trinkets available to 4, or we can reduce the cost of the trinkets by 10. So I say let's hold off, see what else we got around here. Ancestors' memories.
Time you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Yep. Basically just a way to review the cutscenes and such. Stagecoach.
Men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses.
Damn, bro.
Will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Is that what you include on the paperwork as you slide it forward to them on the desk? Stagecoach is your hero lifeblood. You'll need to recruit all these heroes to fill out a party of 4. Drag and drop them into your roster. So, so these two are actually another kind of, so these two in particular are a bit weird. So you will always get a Plague Doctor and a Vestal here as well. Those are guaranteed. The moves they come with and the stuff they have will be completely random though. These are your first pair that could be like, you could get anything out of them, really. But, well.
What better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
But, well, we need parties of 4, and, well, this gives us 4 to work with. Alright, Mace Bash. Oh, I hate that you have that. Judgment, Divine Grace, Handle Light. Gotcha. We'll take a look at everybody before we go.
Sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
Yep, so that was basically explaining what I was doing earlier, where it's being like, here, you can upgrade your stuff. So, we're definitely going to go ahead and spend that. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just buy both of them.
Found even here, in the mud and rain.
I feel like I've grown to your Twitch. You should have at least 600 followers by now with your personality content. Well, thank you, Miru. I appreciate it. If I've grown more like a parasite than a root, nah. I mean, if you want to view yourself as a parasite, you go right ahead. But I think you're a root. I think you found your way to get right into that tree base or whatever pretty much what example we want to use. See, a parasite would imply you come in here and you just ruin my day. But no, you my friend, you lighten it up. Alright, there I said my nice things for the day, so never bother me for anything else. Embark. There's not much more you can do in town right now. It's time to embark on a quest. Click on the embark button at the bottom of the screen. Yep. So before I go, let me look at my characters to really get an idea what I'm working with here. There. So this is where quirks come in now. So quirks, basically the best way to put it about quirks that's in the left side here. The ones on the left are your good ones. Ones on the right are your bad ones. So, Warrior of Light, plus 10 damage at the torch above 75. We'll get into that. God-fearing in town will only pray for stress relief. And Kleptomaniac, prone to stealing items. Well, ain't that just a fun combo? Yep, so these can as well be things like that lower certain stats, that lower certain resistances, only allow you to do certain things in town and such. Hard Noggin, Sober Dismiss, yeah. Hard Noggin, plus 50% stun resist, that's pretty right. Quick Reflexes, that's fantastic. No cheat, he's not allowed to gamble while in town. Honestly, that's the worst I gotta deal with you. I don't really care. Alright. Follet, Bollet, I don't really know how to pronounce your name. Faithless, will not pray or flagellate for stress relief. Okay, we can, that we can definitely work around. Ruins Explorer, plus 10% scan chance in the ruins. Decent. Warrior of Light, plus 10% damage at torch above 75. That's pretty decent as well. Alright, and Berenger. Steady, minus 10% stress. That's just good at any point. Like, goddamn. Quick Reflexes, that's good. Thin-Blooded, minus 10% blight resist. That's not too much of a problem in the ruins. That's a problem if we take it to the forest. But yeah, your stuff we can easily deal with. The only thing I'm not a fan of is, at least starting off with you, I don't like you having Mace Bash. So that's just since I like to play my Vestals more so in the back. But fortunately, starting off, we don't have the ability to switch their gear yet, so it's kind of just what we have to deal with. Probably thought about it and probably don't want to. Maybe it would help if you edit your YouTube recordings. Just like showing them and making a preview, not any memes, etc. That'd take up an episode of time. Not good advice someone is the worst quality of people, though everyone does it. Because of well, I don't mind advice. And I actually am doing that, working on that right now for Black Myth, Wukong, and Liza P. And I'm trying to work towards it to have it out by maybe like first week of July. Not July, we're already in July. First week of August or second week of August, basically. It's just a bit tough because I'm fully on my own for this kind of stuff. So trying to just get it all done and all that. But no, that has been a project that's been in the works. Making like stream highlights and such. Yeah, that warmed my heart. Well, I'm happy.
A mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
I guess it does. Quest and parties. This is where you select a quest and form an adventuring party of 4 heroes to embark on it. Click on quests to see their details. Drag heroes into slots at the bottom of the screen to form your party and default party order. Yep, so we don't have any options right now. But basically soon we'll unlock options for the Wardens, the Weald, and the Cove. Yeah, the Darkest Dungeon, but well, that's a level 6, and well, everyone's screaming, nah, hell nah, brother, I ain't doing that. So I gotta start with some level 1 quests first. Alright, I kind of want in the last row. Can you use all your abilities in the back? Oh wow, this is like one of the worst Vestals I've ever started off with. She literally half of her moves can only be used in the first 2 rows, and then half her moves can only be used in the back. That's awful. So here we're just gonna put her in the very back and then just hope, but Scout, test yourself in the mad realm of your fallen ancestor. Take note of how the creatures are taken over, but don't delve too far. So, our objective for this, multiple missions will have different objectives, but explore 90% of the rooms. So once that's done, we get to leave, and we get to see our rewards. Different quests have different rewards, of course, so you'll want to pick the ones that you're most looking for right now. Namely, you'll want to be paying attention to what kind of materials are you looking for at this time. But
the cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
Ooh. Provision for the journey. You'll want to take different supplies depending on what region you are going to, how long the quest is, and your own preferences. But always bring some food and torches. Yes. For your 4 short quests, you try to bring at least 8 food and 4 torches. Okay, so while some may not recommend it, my general rule of thumb is I always bring at least 1 full stack of torches. Because torches are quite important in this game. They are a very important mechanic. It might be pricey, but general rule of thumb, I always do full stack of torches, full stack of food. Get in, lock in. That's what she said. Oh no, what did she say? What did she say? I don't even know what she said. Okay. And for the ruins, I'm gonna bring at least 2 shovels for this first one and a key. And I think that'll be good for us right now. Ruins. Your first expedition, the ruins of your ancestry. Be curious, be careful. Yep, so right off the bat, this is all pretty much more expansive. So, I do believe this first layout is always the same, though, to kind of have a way for you to kind of be able to memorize what you're doing, where you're going, all that. And don't worry about the black streaks going above our head. We'll learn what that is.
The flow of otherworldly corruption.
Okay, bone rabble. Alright, counts as unholy. So one of the things, of course, to note is, well, they're skeletons, so bleed is 200% resist. I believe 100% resist. So what it is that with 200% resist, there is no way you're getting any bleed off of this. Because even if a creature is 100% resistance, well, if you inflict certain debuffs, you can lower that 100% to actually be able to get some type damage in. But in this case, nah, they're not getting bleeded, but they're pretty weak in every other regard. So, but with the Plague Doctors, their main thing is status effects. So we have things for Noxious Blast. Their main thing is poison, and they can also do some bleed and other stuff as well. But we can afflict them with Blight, which is fantastic. Alright. Judgment. Not high accuracy, not high damage. But, Grim Modification, 5%. Its main use is that it heals her a little bit when she uses it. Can't see it, but it says heal 3 HP. Alright. So Dismas here, he unfortunately really can't do much, basically. I mean, we could just shoot them for some decent damage, but he can't bleed them at all. So what we're instead gonna do is his Grape Shot Blast, where he gets to target 3 enemies. The main thing you want to consider with moves when you're looking at these charts, it looks like a lot of words, but it's really not that bad. Accuracy base, what's the accuracy? Damage mod, is it adding damage or is it taking damage off? In this case, it's taking 50% off his base attack. And crit mod, is it adding crit or is it lowering crit? So in this case, it's taking off 9% off his base attack when he uses this move.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Ah, yes, corpses. When most monsters die, they leave corpses. Corpses act as temporary obstacles and will eventually go away on their own. You can attack corpses to destroy them faster, but often a better approach is to use range skills. excuse me, push and pull skills, and even corpse clearing special skills that some heroes possess. Monsters killed with bleed, blight, or crits leave no corpses at all. Yep, but now with this, we're just gonna be able to just smite him.
Executed with impunity. Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
So let's just lit that then. And you might be noticing this handy dandy little torch icon above us. This is our torch, pretty much. So, what this is as well, the less torch we have, the darker it gets. And the darker a place is, the more stress it adds. But, also, the light is fading. The current torch level greatly affects main mechanics in the game. Darker it gets, the harder things get, but the better the rewards, which is the main thing. Right-click on a torch from an inventory to boost the light back up. Alright. Now, I was telling you pretty much at the start, make sure anything in the back rows are always just going to be issues. They put things in the back rows to cause problems. The cultist acolytes are very first example of that kind of stuff. So, okay, I can't incision her, but I can just go ahead and start plague bombing her. Mostly because, well, she casts Stressful Incantation, which adds a bit of stress, which is that little black and white bar under our health. How much HP you got left? All right, 4. So the Blight's gonna take you out because Blight automatically gets applied at the start of her turn. All right, we have a Bone Soldier here. It's got protection 15%. So I'll just hit that. Alright, Reynold has something called Zealous Accusation, which is pretty decent. It's basically a way to target 2 enemies at the front row. But his Smite also deals more damage to Unholy, so... Ooh, but I think if we Zealous, then we can take this one out as well. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Cleansed from our lands.
The best piece of advice I can give for this game, really, when it comes to determining if damage is worth it or not, always, in some way, shape, or form, assume you're potentially gonna get the minimum option.
Continue the onslaught.
Because rarely, unless you have a really, really good build going for you, and you got like a really good group, trying to bank every time that's gonna hit like max basically is a very easy way of screwing yourself over. All right, so yeah, so we're gonna run a bit risky. Usually how I like to play this, I like to run my torchlight very low at the start of a dungeon, and then after I get some good rewards going, and then start just like running higher light for the rest of it. All right, Bone, our ballist. I'll say the Arbalist just hits hard. Fuck, I didn't, and welcome to why, welcome to, how this game can very easily fuck you. Shit. Dear, but the main thing with our Vestal here is she has Divine Grace, which is a healing skill. But I think what we'll do is we'll focus in on, doing some damage to get us started. So I'll start working this guy over since, well, I knew it was going to be an issue. I didn't think it was going to be that bad of an issue. That's Darkest Dungeon for you. Okay, you're going to die by the Blight. You could get smited. Ooh, nice. Alright, we're going to Judgment him again. Alright, And you have 5 HP left, so we do 1 damage to you, and yeah, you'll die. You'll die to this. Damn. Yeah, it's definitely because of the light, so... Okay, nice. I was to say, please let Reynold get his move in.
This expedition at least promises success.
An ornate fountain of holy purport? Purport? Water reinvigorates the hero. Alright, good. Yeah. And what you just saw there was something we call scouting. So every time you go into a room and such, you have a chance to scout, or you finish up with the room, which will allow you to get a chance to see ahead of you before you go into the next room, and be able to a lot of times see what's in the next room. And you'll be able to see traps ahead of time. Disarming traps. Scout traps will be visible on the ground as you approach them. Select a hero and click on the trap to attempt to disarm it. Some heroes are better at that than others. So they kind of hide this stat away from you a lot of times, but basically it's here it tells you how good of a chance the hero has at disarming. So dismiss has a 90% chance, so we need to do that with dismiss. Alright, I'm gonna run it a bit risky again because, well, I really like trying to get some good loot going very, very early on in the game.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles.
Because, well, if shit starts going bad at the start of the game, that's easy to recover from. It's if we have stuff start going bad later that we then begin to have some issues. And welcome to Hunger. So, as our characters explore around, we have an invisible hunger meter that's going down. So, occasionally, we'll need to eat some food. It will always be for food. There are certain quirks that make it so that you eat. Some characters need to eat more. But, as long as nobody has that, it's always for food. The reason I say always bring in a full stack is because I don't know what determines it, but sometimes you just have heroes that just want to eat the whole fucking lunchbox when they've only gotten like three rooms into the place. It's kind of insane at points. I'm back. What happened? Nothing much. We're kind of just exploring around a bit more. Full A here almost shit his pants because man got critted. Obstacle. So, what obstacle is pretty much it means a wall. It's a wall that needs to be cleared out with a shovel. But here, we can see a room battle with a treasure. So, well, we know we're going to be going to a fight. And that also had a room battle with a treasure, so... We're gonna... Here, we won't play it too risky. We'll go just a level just to get a little bit extra loot. Bone Courtiers. Yeah, no, these are the bitches that are the ones you're really gonna hate in these ruins early on. But what we're gonna start off with is we're gonna start some tracking shots. Go ahead and start doing damage on this guy as soon as possible. Alright, Judgment, 3 to 6. There, and now Plague Doctor can hit him, then he'll be able to take him out with Blight. Because the nice thing about Plague Grenade is, well, it targets both, so we're hitting both these guys. Yeah, they've only got 10%. They ain't blocking nothing. Graveyard Slash. I do not know if that's better than the Graveyard Bash. Alright, Smite. Alright, Bone Defender. It's got 25%, which is much more scary. So, and what does this one do again? Bulwark of Faith. Uses remaining. Yeah, so certain skills with certain heroes, they can only use once or like twice per battle. So that's what that means. Alright, torch adds 24 to the torch. Self, we mark ourselves. Mark is very dangerous. Mark basically means certain abilities do more damage to the enemies and such, but in this case, it also means we'd be marking ourselves, so enemies will very likely want to target us more. But it adds plus 20% protect to us. But no, I think we're just gonna smite. Alright. I'll say there, then I'm gonna shoot that guy. Alright, are you done? No.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
There, you're gonna die by the blight, so that's no issue. Alright, Noxious Blast. Oh yeah, but the thing of note here with the Plague Doctor as well is that he has a thing called Battlefield Medicine. Not that good of a heal, but it cures both Blight and Bleed.
The slow death, unforeseen, unforgiving.
All right. So here we're not gonna do zealous accusations. Well, yeah, because then if we can get this one caught, then be able to just kill that.
A faint hope blossoms.
By the way, that girl that came to stream was Wami Streamer 2 and 3 followers. She was Mega Smash. She had in the caption, it helps small streamers. Huh. Well. I don't know, should she stick around? I don't know. But with 50 followers, I would say I'm too small now. Haha.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
I did perform beyond my limits. I smoked the shit out of them. Now, that being said, though, we probably will head backwards to then get into that room battle. Alright. So, this is kind of what I mean, though, when we want to interact with chests in some way. So, if you interact with an item and you think something may help out, so let's say we use this skeleton key here. Key unlocks a hidden compartment. So we can do stuff like that and get even more loot from it. Alright. And there's no obstacle in our way, so we can dump the shovel now to get this, because that's much more valuable. I believe you'll hit 100 by the end of September. If that happened, I don't know what I'd do with myself. I'd be very surprised. And then I would take myself out to Denny's. Or sushi. Probably sushi. I think that'd be the much more valid way to celebrate that.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
There. But yeah. But this is what I mean. Since I've now done some fights where I've gotten some, like, a decent haul now, I would then just start the rest of this dungeon, just be like, just go full torch and then finish it out. So I have the better stats. Wait, when the hell did you two get switched? I don't know why that happened. I guess I might have accidentally hit a button or something. That kind of sucks. Well, whatever. We'll get started on starting that. Imagine hating what her November 12th. Honestly, if that happened, I would believe for a second I have the mandate of heaven. Good. I was about to say, I didn't know if I wanted to bother buffing or not. Oh yeah, Reynold!
to fight.
What does that do? Plus 10% stress for 3 rounds. Ooh. Please kill.
Their
Nice.
formation is broken.
Imagine. Oh, I'm imagining. I would probably actually cry if that ended up being the case. Alright, you have... Okay, that blight's gonna kill you. Here, Reynold, let's see. Can you get a stunning blow off of him? So I got 25 resistance. Yep, so that's stun. So meaning whenever it hits his turn next, he will then get it will then skip his turn. Now the thing to keep in mind with stun though, it's a fantastic skill. The moment they get cured from it, they get a temporary buff though that increases their resistance against being stunned. So that way you can't like keep doing it over and over and over again. So yeah, we're actually now gonna do the incision since it actually deals pretty decent damage. Alright. And then here we can judgment. Imagine dragons. Oh, you're saying imagine dragons. I mean, we could play something with dragons.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
I'd say I'd play some Imagine Dragons, but, well, I think there's a thing called copyright that prevents that. And then here's journals. Alright, I like these. I really don't get why they made them take up an item slot, though. The blackest fates. I'll return with Cuthbert's banner and Balin's crossbow so as to honor them with a proper burial. I'll leave what is left of thrice Dan Mazir and his trinkets to the swine folk. Perhaps they will build him in the memorial he rightly deserves. Here. Well, we're officially done exploring, so we can now head out, because I don't got any more reason to stick around. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, yeah, ooh, that, ba, boo, ba, ba. And a painting. I love that. You don't have to watch the animation, you can skip through it, but I love it so much. Alright, now here's the most important thing to keep in mind though. So, after a run is done, well, your characters can change. For both good and bad. So in this case, Dismas got Manslayer. So now if he ever faces human targets, he has accuracy against them and increased crit rate. Oh, and Brainer gets natural swing, so she gets 5 accuracy. But you can get negative quirks during this as well. I don't...
The tents are pitched.
Okay, we don't need to worry about that.
And the corpse wagons stand at the ready.
The
circus has come to town.
There's the Butcher's Circus. This is basically the PvP DLC that I have no interest in. I've heard it's kind of meh.
Fresh kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
Stress relief. Heroes relieve stress by taking part in activities at the Tavern Abbey. Each activity has different side effects. Experiment to find the best activity for each hero depending on their quirks. Committing a hero to an activity locks them in that activity until the next week. It'll take a different hero with you on your next quest. Yep, so should you find your adventurers getting a bit stressed out, so like Reynold, we would actually probably want to consider that since, well, is that 59 out of 200 stress. Now, the biggest thing to keep in mind with these activities, though, as well... Oh, well, Reynold can't do that, but each one of them costs money, and you can upgrade them themselves. So it's like your upgrades can involve getting the recovery. Later ones will also reduce the cost overall and open up new slots.
The cobwebs have been dusted, the pews set straight.
And then here.
Abbey calls to the faithful.
And then there's the caretaker. The caretaker will just annoyingly take up slots. in these activities and such. So he can sometimes kind of be a pain in the ass because, well, for example, Reynold has the thing where he can only pray for stress relief. And the caretaker, oh wait, no. Okay. Well, the caretaker were in the second slot, then we would have problems, but yeah. Now, before we get started though, let me see, what new heroes do we have? Ooh, I actually like this lineup. This is actually a pretty decent lineup. Dark Souls Remastered is the best DLC because it's free. You're not wrong. I will give you that. You're not wrong. Okay. So, we have Tornable, the Occultists. So, Occultists are kind of a mixed bag for me. So, they are mainly your debuff class. So they have a lot of stuff. They do have some typical attack moves, basically, but they have stuff that will mark people. They have things that will, they have things that will pull enemies. They'll be able to weaken. My favorite move with them is Weakening Curse. They have the most interesting heal in the game, Wired Reconstruction. Your eyes do not deceive you. That says 0 to 13, but when it says 0, it literally means it can sometimes just give you nothing. And I've had it give me nothing in very critical moments. They're good. I wouldn't recommend them as your... I would sometimes recommend them as primary healers. I recommend them as healers in basically a group that really is able to wreck house before enemies even do anything. Now, some of his skills, though, they do cost something in return, though. So, Wild Construction, it says bleed, but unless characters are dying, it's really not that bad. But some of his stuff can reduce torchlight and all that. But I actually really do like Cultists. Now, I don't know if I'm too big on the starting moveset, but... Abyssal Artillery, Vulnerability Hex. Ooh, Vulnerability would be nice for that. That's the only one I really don't care for is the Hands from the Abyss. It's got a pretty decent crit chance, but yeah, the only issue is you have to put him up front for that. It's kind of annoying. Ooh, Musketeers, though. I love Musketeers. Oh, yeah, as well. Let's look. What do you got? Photomania, minus 20% stress if torch is above 75. That's pretty decent. Robust, plus 50% disease resist. Okay. 15% stress against Unholy. That... Well, now his stuff is Eldritch. So then never mind. That one actually wouldn't affect him too much. Nervous, plus 10% stress. Oh, that's a bad one. Oh, ooh, that probably killed me wanting to recruit him. Okay, Kulai. But Musketeers, I love Musketeers. Minus 10% stress. Okay, Sickly. Minus 10% disease resist. Minus for that crit. Melee skills. Oh, well, shit. I don't think you have a single melee thing in here. Yeah, no, all your stuff is ranged, so that literally does nothing to you. You start with aim shot, so that's marked. Smoke screen's pretty decent. Buckshot. Ooh, knockback. And skeet shot. Bypass stealth, de-stealth, torch plus 3 other heroes, clear stun, clear marked, stress minus 1, 6% chance. Yep, welcome aboard.
A champion markswoman. Keen for a new kind of challenge.
I have ADHD, but those two moving dots that fly back and forth down the stream really do me good. I enjoy them. Thank you. I like them as well. This is go whip. 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 Well, they're very relaxing to look at. No, so I really like this overlay just because I love all the small. I loved all the visual. I love all the visual effects on it just because, at least for me personally, they don't feel like they get in the way. They just feel nice and comfy to look at. Ooh, grave robbers. I love grave robbers. Is that range skills? Ooh, pretty decent. Cophobe. 20% stress in the cove. Gotcha. Lunge, shadow fade, poison darts. I love grave robbers. I don't know if I like this one's starting setup though. There's much more like setups that I much prefer to have with her. So think on it. Bounty hunters. Ooh. Great. Tough. 10% max HP. That's a good one. Quick reflexes plus 2 speed. That's a good one. Bloodthirsty. Fascinated with injury, wounds, and torture. Okay, so that'll mean like Reynald's kleptomaniacness. It sometimes means he will just, when you encounter certain things in dungeons, he will just automatically do stuff. Like before you have any chance to interact. Faithless. Will not pray or flagellate. I can deal with that. That's fine with me. Collect bounty. Yeah. So bounty hunter is mainly a thing where basically he's good at marking targets and debuffing them. And if an enemy's marked, well, he just fucks shit up then. And this one I'm pretty alright with, especially with starting off. You know, you can come aboard.
The thrill of the hunt. The promise of payment.
Alright. And now you, I'm debating if I want to bring you along. Because you're... Because you have decent stuff. It's just literally this one move that I'm not big on. And that nervous makes me nervous. And here's the thing, I like both Shadow Fade and Toxic Trickery. I don't like having both of them on a character at once, so I think we're gonna leave these two. It just seemed like that druid, just that blue torch and everything like that. I do also have the hood as well, so that could also add to it. Alright, Nomad, do you have anything for us? Book of Rage, plus 20% damage of HP below 33. Okay. Blightstone, plus 50 Blight skill chance. What was that trinket we got as well? Do I set disease resist, minus 2 dodge? Ooh. That would be good if we ever have to go to the Weald. Alright, but here. So we're gonna put Reynald in the
However desperate, is never without worth.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and purchase those two, and we're gonna go ahead and put Reynald in the thing of prey to lower some of his stress. Because typically my rule of thumb, if they're above 50 stress, I put them to go get de-stressed, because then at that point they're playing a huge risk going into a dungeon. Okay. And when you complete some missions into an area, you level up that area, so you're basically trying to clear a path to get to unlock the mission to do the boss. Umpraville JoJo reference. Oh. There's a JoJo reference? Is that a mother flippin' JoJo reference? Speedstone, common, plus 1 speed. Alright. Vestal only, plus 10% virtue chance, minus 5% max HP. Ooh. And everything is JoJo reference. Everything do be a JoJo reference. JoJo is a JoJo reference. Okay. we're not really working towards any particular upgrade material at this point, so. Alright, now let me see here. Did you have something that can mark? You didn't have anything that can mark, but Bounty Hunter does. Yeah, I was about to say, the issue with this group really is that... Okay, let me see real quick. Can you lunge from the front? That'd be a bit ridiculous. Yeah. You know, we don't have anyone else that's designed for the front row. We kind of rolled a bit shitty in that regard, but... So, yeah, I think I want to get this Knight's Crest for Reynold. Though the Bloody Fetish would also be pretty alright. I hate that name, but Speedstone's good, but like I don't really need it. Or well, could do it for the 3 crest. Now we'll work towards getting stuff for Reynold. Say, all right. Here's what we could do. We may put Bounty Hunter. We can put Bounty Hunter up front, and be a bit risky, but we can run Kulai in the back here, and basically just have a stacked out DPS team. Because later on, that's a bit risky to have nobody that can heal people. But for these early ones, and for any short, like expeditions, basically it's kind of a more reasonable thing to do. And thinking or claiming that everything is not a yo-yo reference is also a yo-yo reference. Yo-yo best. You know, it's cool. In Czech Republic, JoJo is yo-yo, and we have gummy candies called JoJo. Wait, really? I did not know that. Are they good gummy candies? Oh yeah, what's y'all's names? Dufay. Yeah, cool. I remember yours. Yeah, and fun fact about like all these. So every character comes in with 4 color outfits, basically. And you can even change their name to whatever you wish. I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to grow too attached to these people. For as fucked up as that sounds. Alright, and that's... It took I like to bring 2 shovels and then 1 skeleton key. And then we got our plague doctor who can cure us. The best gummy candies ever. Nice. But yeah, I think that's about it. Friends, once holy idols or shrines have been corrupted to favor pagan gods, holy water can help restore them to their rightful condition.
The fiends must be driven back. And what better place
to
begin than the seat of our noble line?
So this one we have to clear 100% of room battles. So that sounds. There, guys, scout out every place, or well, pretty much just explore every room till we get them. Bookshelf full of old leather-bound books. Dismiss. Volumes are dull and uninteresting. You know, I will take that over it being something bad. Alright, play grenade. Start getting you down. Oh, nice. Yeah, so that's in the, whatever the female of this thing's called, basically. Their whole thing is that they just try and stress you out. But with that, we can just aim shot.
Give them no quarter.
Alright. Yep. So, oh, we actually do have a bandage. It's only 1 damage right now, so I don't really care, but these status effects do stick around at the end of the fight, so you do need to keep that in mind. But yeah, we're gonna mark this thing for death, so us Musketeer can actually do more damage to it. And so can Dismas. For real, it's not just some small product. We have almost no other gummy candies than JoJo. Every big shop, every small shop. It's one of those. Gotcha. Yeah, we're gonna also mark this one. And here, we're gonna get our Plague Doctor. This we can just go ahead and get that cured up. Out of curiosity, do you have any other like candies like that in the Czech Republic? That they're kind of like just the big things you'll be able to find everywhere. Like, I guess in terms of candies and all that. Because you know it's like over here, it's like of course you're gonna always find a Hershey's somewhere. You're always gonna find a like Airheads, that type of stuff.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Okay, how much HP do you got? 21. All right, I'm actually gonna bandage that up. But here, claim bounty. Ooh, and that damage right there. That's why I love bounty hunters.
Be wary. Triumphant pride.
Bounty hunters may look.
Dizzying fall.
Bounty hunters may look like that rogue type, but well, they're rogues from Dungeons and Dragons, so they're just here to fuck shit up. But I haven't had any better gummies than JoJo. Maybe if I ever get into a period where I want to start like importing candies from other places, maybe I'll give it a look-see. Fortunately, I haven't reached that phase of my life yet, so I'll have to be a bit. And sending something, you can't miss it. I shall think on the offer. What you got here? Alright, blood-soaked pages torn from a journal. These dark caves drip with an overabundance of humidity. Beyond my threshold of comfort, I nearly broke my ankle on the rocks, made slip some ubiquitous slime. The pools stir and slosh no visible cause, and the shadows beyond torchlight seem to grow and shrink of their own accord. Yeah, so this is why I don't really like the journals. Firstly, they have to take up a slot for some reason. But you don't get a reward for taking them out. And you get them in a random order, so it could quite literally be the case of you find pages for like certain chapters or entries, and then like hours upon hours of later you finally get some sort of connection, but you've probably forgotten what the other entry was at that point. Ooh. Stack of literary treasures in an unlikely location. Reading a few pages has a lasting effect on the hero. Ooh, Manslayer. Sweet. So now he also does good about humans. Damn, him and Dismas are just can just ruin some folks. Do not catch these two in a dark alley. Nice. Alright, anything yet? Oh boy. Guilty conscience. Bears the crushing guilt of deeds real and unimagined. Oh no. Oh no. I don't like that. Oh shit, madmen. Madmen are so okay, prioritize madmen. They are slippery little bastards, but they have the potential to like ruin some of your runs. But they're also, like I said, very, very slippery, so very easily dodge some attacks. Okay, but there, he's dead. Their whole thing is they can apply stress like over and over again and make it so that it happens like every turn and such. It's crazy. There. Alright, I'm gonna aim shot. I developed a terrible craving for it now. I mean, honestly, I've now, I can feel it. I've already got some dessert on hand though, so I'm fine, but nah, I get it, man. You just get talked about treats, and then you just feel like you want some now. Alright, that should be able to kill him. Yep. Alright. Hey guys, also we're gonna see the model break for a second because I gotta plug in my my headphones to charge them up, so I'm still here, but model's gonna break. I was successful. Go in town tomorrow and buy the whole booster box. Hell yeah. Alright, what happened? Okay, nothing much. Alright, you're gonna die from that, so, you... Oh. Okay. Oh, yeah! Oh, that's what I'm talking about, girl. Alright, I'm gonna mark you now.
A death by inches.
I'd say open vein just for the damage. Can't actually bleed him because, well, he's a skeleton. And that should kill him.
Great is
Wait.
the weapon that cuts on its own.
Evasion Incense. Occultist only, +8 dodge, -1 speed. That's actually not too bad. 8% dodge is pretty insane. Alright, but we took a pretty hard beating there, so I'm... No! Oh, thank goodness. Plus 20% damage until camp. Alright, so, camping's not a thing yet, so that literally just means he's gonna have plus 20% damage for the rest of this run. But also, we took a beating, so we're not risking anything else going through this.
A powerful blow.
Yeah, and otherwise it worked out how I drove my friend. I've never seen him more excited. Hell yeah, I'm happy to hear that, man. Love that kind of stuff. Alright, 5 to 10. We could take him out in one hit, or we could, well, if I mark him, I'm not really gonna be able to. Nice. Okay.
Executed with impunity.
Alright, now what I'm gonna do for you two is I'm gonna smoke screen you, since there's two of you and it's gonna be very hard to take you out roughly at the same time. Damn it. Alright, they only had a 50%, I didn't think they're gonna actually be able to do it, but yeah. Oh, dismiss!
The enemy crumbles.
Oh yeah. At least we only gotta deal with one quarrel. Oh, but this was feeling it real bad, so is Filet. Alright. So now what I can do for you is mark you.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
In there, with our powers combined, this thing should totally be able to die. Yep, and she even gets to go for it.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Oh boy, we've got 1 or 2 left, so this is about to be real fucking dicey. You can munch on some food as well for some small healing. I'm gonna do it ain't that much though, and your characters get full after 3 bites, so it's really the equivalent of You're using it to try and really get them out of a bad position. The 3-hour trip was worth it. I'm glad to hear that, because I know we were talking about it last time.
Back to the pit. Be gone, fiend. Another one falls. A trifling.
We bought a combination of cultural center, had a drink in, and
nonetheless.
bought some magic stuff we opened. Oh, nice! Out of curiosity, was it all the new Final Fantasy stuff, or just general magics? Is it accommodation? I get what you mean regardless, but yeah, I believe so. Oh no. Wait, we got surprised? Oh shit. Okay, yeah, accusation's the thing. So we get 3 stress per round, and that's over 4 rounds, so that's 12 in total. I'm gonna buff myself since I'm pretty now risky situation. Alright, you can't. All you can do is skeet shot from the front, so I shouldn't even bother marking anything. What I should do is here, caltrops. Yeah, caltrops, because that ups the damage they take. Fuck. Yeah, get him poisoned. And shit, alright. Hey, Dicky boy! I think I might have just become a cult leader. What did you do? What did you do since last time you were here? Yeah, because there was a lot of things I could have been expecting. That was not one of them. Oh, nice, but you can move 2 rows. Okay, there. Set up slightly back in formation.
Death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration.
Okay, but at least no one's dying. But Kulai is getting very stressed out, so that ain't great. Alright, you need to go ahead and move into that position because that's how you're doing stuff. Yeah, do this. Are they gonna die? Alright, they're both gonna die by that now, so that's good. Say, just take a shot. Just get some damage out there. And you can just collect bounty and end it.
The onslaught. Destroy them all.
Noxious Blast. Alright. We've only got this guy left now, so it's fine. Very scary at the start, but it's fine. We can go ahead and mark you now, so Kulai can do even more damage. Oh, wait, I forgot. Aim shot can't. I forgot aim shot can't hit the very front, so I should just collect the bounty, but here. Yeah, she can at least just do buckshot. Dead weight, I believe that's a shove move. Yep, and a stun. Ooh. Ooh. Alright. But we're all good. We're all good. Please tell me there's no other fight.
Remind yourself
There's another
that
fight.
confidence is
Oh
a
shit.
slow and
Alright.
insidious killer.
Okay, so we're about to have the biggest DPS race in our life. Alright, so now let me read all this. Okay. As a stream and someone kept using karma to bless their marbles. They spelled karma as Krama, and I said I am the embodiment of Krama, and went off like that. Then Krama killed everyone except for me and the marbles came. So I said Krama is real, and I accidentally said Cram instead of Krama. And then I was like, Krama has revealed their true name to me, Krama. And then I said, if you are really out there, then I shall survive this round, which I did. Then I started asking people to embrace Krama or to join the cause, and people started supporting me. So I think I became a cult leader. Shit, Dickie Boy, you're gonna have to start a Discord server. You're gonna have to start like an Instagram page to show what everyone, like what the Krama crew's up to. That's great. Alright, we did get 2 extra pieces of food, so we can heal them out just a little bit. Help. I don't know if I can help you, but I can throw out a help for you.
Help!
If you want my suggestion, though, if you're gonna really live up to this expectation, you need to get yourself like a bell or gong or something to get everyone's attention. Something like just.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
See you, Miru. Yeah, have happy wet dreams and all that kind of stuff. Date boy for reference, basically, Miru. That's how me and Miru say bye to each other. So, if you want me to start wishing you them as well, you may, but it's late, too late. Fair enough. I know. Whenever you say it's midnight, around when I stream these on my normal time. Oh, could you not? Oh, thank you. Oh, good job. Alright, you get marked. I need you out of here. Okay, good. He's resisting. He resisted both. Do that. Alright. Now we play grenade. Wow, I'm so happy you quarreled the one person that's got, like, decent HP. I was hoping for just a little more so the Blight could take him out. Fortunately, that was not the case, but it's all good. So here, we'll mark him then. Well. Oh, nice, but I could just take him out now. Oh, how did you dodge? There. That's done. Alright, I was about to say. I need to go and take him out. Alright. These two. Alright, so I'd say they can hit us hard, but should be able to decently be able to do this.
Another abomination.
That's what we're talking about.
From our lands.
Then we can now just start rushing this one. Axe blast. Buckshot for just a little bit of damage. Woo!
These nightmarish creatures can be.
It was a risky play, but we made it work.
Wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike. Room by room, hall by hall, we reclaim what is ours.
Nice. But with that, we got our Knight's Crest, so we'll be able to get that to Reynold. And I just got a lot of bust, which I believe that's at least... I don't think that's important for weapon upgrade stuff, but it's important for stress-relieving places in town, which is what like I'm really looking for. Hylomania, obsessed with material things. Beast Hater. Wow, you are just... You are just becoming extremely hateful, and I kind of love it.
Dearly for her freedom.
All right.
Better than this place.
Yep. Over time, some negative quirks will lock into place become severe. Severe negative quirks cost much more to remove in the sanitarium. A desert wind, a sandstorm rumors, and half-truths swirl around the newcomer. Yep, so for Shield Breaker, they just give you one as like this freebie, basically. But Shield Breakers are like any other normal party member. So Fated, chance to turn any miss into a hit. That is fantastic. Lazy Eye. Range skills. Do you have any range? You have Impale, which... Yeah, Shield Breakers are an interesting class. I like them a lot. They're all about moving... They're all about moving around on the battlefield, so that way you can get them into like certain positions, do certain moves, or get your party members into them. I actually really like them a lot. They're one of my favorite classes in this. And I'm pretty alright with, so...
Shifting.
Welcome aboard, Miniville.
She mesmerizes.
I was almost about to call her Moneyville.
Strike.
Ha! Nice. Alright, Blacksmith's now unlocked. Guild is now unlocked.
Make no
right.
mistake. We will face ever greater threats.
So, the guild
Our
is...
soldiers must be ready.
Yep. The guild is officially how you can unlock your different abilities, but the other major thing about them is, well, they allow you to upgrade your current material abilities as well. So that's the other big thing is, along with getting people upgraded, as we also have the armory here. You gotta upgrade their skills so they can keep up. You gotta upgrade their armor and such to keep up. And well, that goes with as well if you want to buy any trinkets for them and such. So you can now see why things get a bit hectic during this game. But ew, we have another Vestal, which honestly I might consider getting this Vestal if they're good. Warren's Tactician, Bad Gambler, appreciates losing money while gambling. Well, I'll just never put you in gambling then. Start with Judgments, Divine Grace. Okay, you have a much... Illumination, Illumination's okay. It depends on what area you're taking it in, but honestly, you're much better set up than first one I got, so I'm fine taking you.
Sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
I'm one of those where I'm just being realistic with everybody. I like damn near always want to have like a Vestal in my party. I just like having somebody that can, while DPS is important and such, I just like having somebody that could just at least start healing around the end of the fight to help out. But here we have Hellion. Weapon Tinker, minus 20% weapon upgrade cost. That alone is pretty decent. The yips, minus 5 accuracy. Ooh, that's pretty bad. It doesn't sound like a lot, but that minus 5 can be pretty brutal. Alright. Hellions are pretty decent. Hellions I like certain abilities more than I like others. Hellions' main things is that, well, they're a heavy DPS class. They crit mods to practically everything, but as well, they have a lot of abilities that do damage, but also debuff themselves. But that's not all of them. But like stuff like pretty much, not if it bleeds, breakthrough, forward one, but it's like you gone through, but it's like you also debuff yourself for like damage and speed. It seems crazy, but the idea is you're trying to pair this with Adrenaline Rush. Because what Adrenaline Rush does is, well, it buffs yourself for 20 damage and accuracy. So the idea is you're buffing yourself with Adrenaline Rush to heal yourself a little, cure anything, and then doing your big special moves that can mess things up. Or pretty much, you're doing vice versa. Melee, damage mod. Okay, but this thing has a chance of stunning 2 targets, so... That accuracy worries me, but I'm pretty alright with you.
Savagery make for a powerful ally.
Yes, now Jesters. Jesters are an interesting class. Mostly because of one very specific purpose that they have above every other one. They can cure your stress. Besides that, they are primarily a bleed. For their attacks, they're primarily bleeders. Or you get something called Finale. Where Finale basically is... So, it's a special move that, after using specific techniques on them, so like solo, it buffs their Finale by like plus 75% damage, plus 8% crit, plus 20 dodge, that kind of thing. And so you can kind of run them 2 ways. You can either make them primarily like their whole thing is bleed, and then they're just a really good stress tuner. They also have Battle Ballad, which is kind of a nice little buff to have. Because the thing with Finale is it has plus 100% stress. Now, that doesn't mean they instantly max out their stress gauge, at least if I remember right, but that pretty much means they are going to be very stressed out boys. Alright. Plus 20% stress versus human. Witness. Will not take part in prayer activity in town after certain traumatic events. An Eldritch Slayer. Alright. There's definitely a lot of places where we don't have to fight humans, so... And you at least have all the blade skills, which is what I would really, really like on you. I don't really care for Dirk Stab, but that's the worst I would have to deal with. Then, yeah.
You will be laughing still at the end.
All right. Now, typically, one of the things I like to do before I even consider doing anything else is I like to see where am I going to go next, because then we also have access to the Wield. Alright, Leper. Plus 8 accuracy, plus 2% stress. Gotcha. Drink Coat. Shimmering Cloak, plus 8% dodge, minus 33% healing received. That's not bad. I mean, because that would basically mean just, that would just mean I'd have to play them very cautiously. Double-Edged Pendant, plus 15% max HP, minus 20% stun resist. Ooh. Highwayman only, plus 8% dodge, plus 1% speed, minus 10% accuracy range skills. Oh, I don't like that. I might work for this Shimmering Cloak, because that seems pretty nice. Right, now this is a medium one, so this is our first example of missions where we'll have camping involved. Alright, so we'll definitely want to work on all the newcomers here. Yep, here's got Adder's Kiss, and you got Impale. Which we would want to look at getting Impale off of you, since, well, it's a ranged move. Oh, but is the rest of your stuff ranged? No, Serpent Sway isn't. But the rest are ranged, so that would be an issue. Is it only accuracy? It's only accuracy, so it's not damage. Hellion. Alright, this would work given your stuff is in the front and back, so given you two would constantly be like shifting around. Now he's got higher speed though. 4, 5. Okay, you do. Yeah, we can take you along the back. Alright, do you have anything that just straight doesn't work in the back slot? eliminations, your one thing. What would I want? Because Kalia, I think I've already kind of got a combo going with her and the bounty hunter, so I think I kind of want to keep them on equal. So I don't really want to take her along. Also, no, Jester would not be great here because of his all his stuff being bleed. So yeah, I think we may just be taking in full A for another round. So there. What we'll do is we'll go back here. Alright. Reduces cost. Let's go ahead and do that. Skills be upgraded to rank 2. Yeah.
A strict regimen is paramount if one is to master the brutal arithmetic of combat.
Is there anything you can do? No, so you can do whatever in town. Yeah. Usual way to think about it like this is that basically first category here does the lowest amount, and then as you go down, it's like the bar lowers your stress by least amount, but it's the cheapest, and then brothel lowers it by the most, but it's gonna be the most expensive. How high is your stress? 78. Yeah. Now gambling is actually kind of a risky maneuver, but fuck it. What about you? Increase stress recovery? Yeah.
Strong drink, a game of chance, and companionship. The rush of life.
Alright. So now with her, yeah, let's look at getting you something that's more so in the, right in the back. So, here, I'm gonna do this for you since, you have the chance to, it would give you the chance to, wait, no, you're the wrong one. Shit. Well, I mean, that works regardless. Honestly, I would want both y'all with this. So. Oh, it's a bit obnoxious, but oh well. Yeah, dazzling light. Since I usually like my Vestals being in the back row. There, now you can be in the very back. That's cultist only. It's plus 20% disease resist. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Well, actually, one more thing before we leave to here. See, can I do anything with you yet? No. But we'll at least upgrade everyone's ranks. Since there's gonna be a longer mission, we want to go ahead and get some of those upgrades going. For, at least for full A over here. Alright, now we're officially good to go. So I'm gonna bring 8 on that. So the medium expedition, I'm gonna bring 12 instead. Bring in 3 shovels. Bring in some bandages. Now that was some Rend of the Gods. Then 1 key. Then, yeah, that works for me. Ruins. The ruins barrel sites of your ancestors' frenzied digging. What's the new memes going around digging in your butt when?
Must be driven back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our
I was playing a Dungeons and Dragons game this week, and we were going pretty late. And I just made a joke about that where I'm just like, the problem is I was gonna say like just because we're a group of guys, we just make dumbass jokes about like the internets and all that. All right, fucking already? Okay.
Mind that such missteps are the exception.
And I was about to just make the joke of like, why you about to like begin digging around his butt twin or something like that, and I instead ended up just saying stick it in your butt twin, and I got a very visceral reaction from one of my friends. I was like, Psycho, it's not that. I'm like, what's technically the difference? What's this one? Room battles. Gotcha. Ah, there you go. Cabinet here. That cabinet is always trapped. It has a keyhole. Use a key. Get the rewards out of it. And it's all. I believe it's almost like damn near guaranteed to be trinkets and such. Yep, so I think what we're gonna do is go ahead and we're gonna Adder's Kiss this one. Really? Do we gotta start off like this? She's fucking down to 6 already. Ugh. Yeah, Dazzling Light can't reach that one. Alright, Iron Swan. Iron Swan's one of my personal favorites. You just strike right in the back row. And goes ahead and gets that one to die by the Blight.
This is how a life is taken.
It's really hoping to get my turn for it. Oh, but yeah. So whenever they get placed in the front rows, though, well, then they start bayonet jabbing, which does a lot less damage.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its
Alright, that one's now just gonna blight itself, so Pierce.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
And here, at least do something. Pretty much just get a little bit of that up.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Move charm plus 20% move resist minus 1 speed. Okay. May equip that as some money if we just don't got the space, but alright. Fortunately, I don't know if really anyone in this group has decent scouting chance, so we're kind of run the full gamble on that. Alright.
Ancient traps lie in wait.
Your stress is already fucked up. Here's the result of a sin. Guilty conscience quirk removed. Hell yeah! Well, they love that. Okay, good. I was about to say we don't have somebody in the party that really likes that. Those things are like almost damn near guaranteed to always have some sort of disease, and it's horrible.
Paid for in blood.
Fucking shit, girl. Can you like not? We have apparently even started. Alright, yeah, I don't have the disease clearing thing. I think it's like the medicinal herbs or something like that. That's the item you use to clear up disease. Diseases, we encounter them more in the weld and all that. They're basically another form of like negative quirks that stay permanent and stick around. Like for example, it's like one of them I know right off the bat that you can get. You can get them from enemies, you can get them from interactions with things. One of them is like rabies, where it's like it like heavily minuses your accuracy and all that. Like that kind of stuff. Like compared to quirks where there's something you kind of work around. Oh boy. Yeah! Focused!
A moment of clarity in the eye of the storm.
Virtuous. Sometimes heroes respond to the onslaught of stress by becoming virtuous. The elevated state of performance will last until they suffer a large amount of stress or return to town. It confers stat bonuses and other benefits. So that is what happens when your stress reaches 100. When your stress reaches 100, they have a split point. Your hero can either become virtuous or they can begin freaking out. 200 means they have a heart attack and they die. So you don't want to ever have that thing reach max, but that is why stress can be so problematic. Now in this case, it's amazing, but you really don't want to play that risk game because it's like if they start freaking out, it can really, really ruin a lot of things you're working for right now. All right, but yeah, we're gonna impale, get a little damage on that, and then you can Iron Swan it up.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
That being said, girl, please get yourself healed up because these traps are ruining you.
Unnerved, unbalanced.
I mean, that is on me. I mean, I do have the torch low right now. Fuck. She's not a fucking death's door.
Teetering on the brink, facing the abyss.
Oh, nice. They both got focused. Oh, that is like one of the best things you could ask for. Oh, that's speed 1, speed 2. You're speed 4. You should be able to theoretically go before them. Unsteady breath makes for unsteady movement. Yeah, but when they're virtuous, they can even get stuff like random buffs. They can score more criticals more frequently and all that. They are just they overall become a super badass. But that being said, let us get you out of that state. Because Death's Door, so what that does is, firstly, when you recover from Death's Door, you get some permanent debuffs for the rest of the quest. But as well, you start entering in a state where you can begin dying. Where every time an enemy hits you, every time you take damage, you have a chance of withstanding the attack, or you have a chance of basically getting owned and dying.
The slow death, unforeseen, unforgiving.
So that, like many things in this game, it's a complete gamble.
The match is struck.
And now at this point, let's just go in full torch. Because it's getting real bad at this point. But still, having two virtuous is honestly pretty insane. I don't know the exact percentage, like I don't know if it's like a 50-50 per shot, like that they freak out or that they go virtuous. I don't know how the numbers work out. But yeah. But like, so it's like it does definitely add to that moment of like when it happens, oh, it's the fucking hypest.
Back to the pit.
Back to the pit. Yeah, get yourself healed up, girl. Battlefield medicine, get her cured.
Be gone, fiend.
Nice.
Another abomination, cleansed from
That is what I'm talking about, ladies.
foolish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud.
Ah, secret rooms. Critical scouting success will sometimes reveal a secret room. Advance to the tile marked with a star and press W to click to enter. Fabulous wealth of riches await those equipped with a key. We already used our one key, didn't we? Shit. Well. And unfortunately with our scouting, I can now clearly see the last room wasn't faced. So that means after this one fight we are done, or we got one more, or there's going to be a fight in the very last room of this place. In that same instance, we found our... Oh, yeah. The blackest fates, 2 out of 5. In that same instant, we found ourselves in a place suffocating dark, facing a creature that files description and whose recollection causes my quill to jump and shudder. It is merciful, only fragments of our battle remain in my psyche. I see Cuthbert hacking at the quivering appendages of the monster. Call how a piece of its flesh slot off on its own twisted accord, spraying onto Bullen, piercing her stout plate. The occultist, as if to offer himself a tribute, was torn apart by its writhing limbs. You know, I'd say this place sucks, but everywhere's about to suck in this when it comes to this game.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
Oh, what the fuck? What are you here?
To follow it.
Well, this is something I was expecting. I was not expecting this early on. This is the Collector. He's a special mini boss you can find. Why are you here? Where his whole gimmick is he summons miniature versions of your characters, and well, they'll do things. Not of your characters, but basically like collected Highwaymen, collected Vestal, kind of thing. Alright, stun you.
In radiance, may we find victory.
Say breath makes for unsteady movement. Alright, sweet. I'm gonna adrenaline rush starting off. Alright, Iron Swan's gonna hit you in the very back.
A death by inches.
And your skeleton. Oh no, you can't actually be bled. Fortunately, I gotta be able to try and blight you. Yeah, I believe he beat all of his allies. He then resummoned a new pair, but so I typically just try and hold them off as much as I can. Could try to stun him. Critical, nice. All right, so you get stunned. So that's what it means. So you gain a plus 50% stun resist. Damn! Damn, Pussin! I don't know how to say your name, but fuck. Alright, keep blighting him. Just keep getting that damage. I mean, thank goodness we encountered this thing while we were in full torchlight, so that's at least good. I'll say, I can't actually hit him with anything. Well, I could do the, yeah, I could do the wicked hack. Right where the back into your steps. Damn nice. All right, so now Adel's Kiss. So is that 27, so 16, basically, and we can add even more to that. Yeah, we take out this thing, then the fight instantly ends, so that's the reassurance. Hennick. Fucking A, plus 50%, I didn't know you were that good. Ah, damn. Oh, but his turn's wasted. Okay. That's not like I can literally just get one more strike off. He's done.
A predator is often blind to its own peril.
Oh.
As victories mount, so too will resist.
Puzzling trapsohedron. Color shift and change with the light. Say toss the shovel. Now the other mechanic with the collector though is if you ever encounter him and characters have died in the area that you fight him in, like if any of your crew ever died, you can then retrieve their heads from him and they offer special buffs. They're like a trinket that you can equip. So it's kind of fucked up, but they're kind of actually pretty decent. There's that. I would say that, I mean, I like this crew, but in terms of speed, we don't have, like, all of it in the world. Barbaric, yeah. Let's get them both stunned so we don't have to worry about their damage. And then I'm gonna impale. Doesn't do that much damage, but... Alright, who can I get closer? Because you're gonna die, I can get you close to then die next turn. God, this game's so fun. One of the things that keeps me back is since I love this gameplay loop. Like, it's like not at all like a really difficult game to comprehend. It's just like, it's such an addictive like combat loop that just makes you feel really good when stuff just starts coming together. Alright, I do use since, well, you get the higher protect on you. So your resist is up to 75 now, so...
Masterfully executed.
Adrenaline rush, so you get that damage back. There, I'm gonna Divine Comfort to get everyone healed up. There, because now it's your turn, so you can Wicked Hit. Wicked Hack. I don't know why I keep saying Wicked Hick.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Alright. Yeah, here, I'll give you the move charm just to free up some space.
The light, the promise of safety.
Oh wait, we could have combined them. Yeah, I forgot. In this game they don't auto-combine that kind of stuff, so... Oh well. Yeah, as let's say you have the least amount of risk in case it's trapped. Yeah, unfortunately, if something ends up being trapped, then basically, at least when it comes to chests, then it's just you don't get any loot out of them. Can't fuck with that because that's trapped. There's a locked compartment on the side of it. We don't have a key. I can't generally remember if something bad happens. We just try to mess with it. Okay.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Yeah, so that doesn't seem like much. What it is of course, as the game says, if you have a key and you unlock it, you get fantastic loot. Like, I'm talking like tons and tons of treasure. Also, yep, the fight's gonna be in the last room, so technically we have 3. So here, we can do this, and then we can camp right outside of it. Damn, all these keys. I really should have brought at least one with me. Blood-soaked pages torn from a journal. 4 of 6. They are sleeping. I am kept from slumber by a distinct stream of whispers. As if carried by the currents and waves of the sea, I have not told them that most of my flesh has slowed off, revealing a strange silvery membrane. I keep myself covered. They questioned me when I ate the meat raw at Campbell and found my response difficult to understand. Suppose it would be best to explain my condition when they awaken. Then they would be convinced of my urgency to leave and find aid in the hamlet. Good. Because yeah, we're still pretty decent on HP. Here, you can light your torch in the middle of combat, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah, we'll start with the usual. Start plaguing the ones in the back. Let's see if we can stun that one.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Yeah, because these ones have blanket fire, which just targets everybody and debuffs us for lowering our dodge chances. Damn. Okay, that was lucky given the debuff we had, so... Play grenade again. Hopefully, yeah, that can kill you. There we go. Wicked Hack does you in. And now our Hellions on the verge.
Hold fast, or expire.
Alright, you're gonna die next turn. So, pierce this one. Okay, they resisted. But that put both of us at death's door. Which very much sucks. But luckily, the nice thing about this vessel is, well, we have party comfort, so we just immediately get both of them out from there.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Alright. We'll go ahead and set up camp here. So that way we can be able to eat and get a lot of our HP back. Yeah, so you choose how much food you want to consume to get back. Now, the only problematic thing about this is that I'm taking a heavier risk by doing this because we do not have a character that can prevent nighttime ambush. Is to believe. Yeah. But basically, every character comes in with the 3 camping skills they can do. They can purchase more later on from a shop, but we do not have access to that yet, so. But you can spend your points to buff them, lower some stress. All that. It's about to say here, experimental vapors. Set on you. And then wound care on you, just for a little extra. Now, I'm also taking an additional risk because, well, when you camp.
Now, the darkness holds.
Yep. Oh, nice. But this is like one of the best options you could ask for. Yeah. So it's an instant ambush, but yeah. This is like the best thing we could have actually asked for. So I don't mind it. Oh, jeez, wait, they can stun you as well? I didn't realize that.
Executed with impunity.
I'll say here, just buff yourself.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
There, and that'll kill it. Alright.
Success so
Well,
clearly in
there was another thing I thought was going to potentially happen, but, well, it didn't, so we don't even have to worry. But also do remember to always rearrange your dudes back in the positions you want. I really wish it wasn't you assholes. I don't need people being all pepper at me right before we go into our last fight. So here, I'm gonna try and stun you. Wait, I have you two in the wrong position. I got you two mixed up. Damn. Oh well. Oh, good. You can Iron Swan it up. That kills that one. And the worst that happens, we don't get our incision this round, which I can deal with. Here, we'll go ahead and start working on this one. We're gonna run to the end of this fight, so I'm gonna heal you.
Sedated.
What'd you buff him with? A lot more. That's what I'm talking about. Get rid of Barbaric Yop. Get them both stunned, and then I'll just cause them both get owned by the Blight. Okay, that's that. Hell yeah.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
You sometimes find valuables inside of here. Or you find disease! Creeping cough. Minus 20% damage. Oh, that's fucking awful. Oh, that's just terrible. Here, you want to confess something? Oh, it's got hidden treasures.
Wealth beyond measure.
That's even just as good.
The brave and the foolhardy alike.
A triple journal, 404. I have become vengeance, so all cultists will feel my mace. Brigands fear my roar. I'm outnumbered, 'tis true. I am starved and half mad, but as long as there's breath in my body, I will press on. I will wreak unbearable agony on those who would seek to despoil my great manse, and now they come. I douse my torch. I do not fear the darkness. This is my home, and woe to the uninvited. I don't think he's going crazy at all. I think my man just knows. I think man knows just exactly what he's doing here. He's just being like, bitch, this is my house now. You are not trapped in here with me. No, wait. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. Literally, I would have much rather one of him, but here, go ahead and get buffed up then. I am vengeance. I am the darkest dungeon. What's up, Kenny? How you doing today? For Gotham. We don't have Batman, we have Snake Woman. Is that good enough? Can we use that? Can we use that? You're a much bigger threat. Ooh, and that gets you off. You're literally just one more. I'm doing fine about you. I am doing well. Cannot complain. Cannot complain. Playing me some Darkest Dungeons, which is always a good and fabulous time. You ever played this or seen this game, Kenny? It's a game that hates you, but slightly less than Fear and Hunger.
A powerful blow.
Nice. Yeah, I was about to say, she's definitely gonna be able to get her. Oh, but she Eldritch Push. That's like the best thing she could have done. Okay. That we can deal with. That I don't care. Never watched or played it? Okay, yeah, you're gonna die by the Blight, so it's all good. But the game said I hate you to me. Well, that's just my personal interpretation. Also, damn it, we literally could have gotten a key and I could have gone back to that secret room. Ah, well. I didn't think it was gonna be. Well, let's at least explore this before we head out then. Hidden treasures. Oh, but we could actually just run back to one of those curios and actually unlock them, though, so that could work. Here, we can toss our bandages and take you instead. See, that's just my way of interpreting. The game doesn't say I hate you. It just says, look, I'm going to give you moments where I'm going to kick you in the balls, but it's so you can get back up and become even better. That is how I describe Darkest Dungeon in a nutshell. It's just what I mean. It's only slightly nicer than Fear and Hunger.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of...
But now that let's get on out of here.
Room by room.
Ooh, we got 14k. Got me my cloak, my crest, and my gold, and a lot of decent amount of upgrade stuff. And you got a disease, so that's how do you feel about that? Like a phobia. Plus 20% stress and towards below 26. Ooh. And Pusin, what'd you get? Plus 5 accuracy range skills. That is pretty nice. Cannot complain about that.
Obsession caused this great foulness, and it is shameful.
Nice, but
to set it right.
Clyde doesn't know when to bet and when to fold. New quirk, bad gamble. Clyde, what'd you do? Increased chance of losing money while gambling. I send you to casino one day and you fuck us. But here's the sanitarium. Alright, sanitarium is most often used to remove negative quirks and treat diseases, but you can also use it to reinforce a positive quirk, which will lock into place and prevent new positive quirks from displacing it. You'll lock a maximum of 3 positive quirks per hero. Yeah, so that's kind of the annoying thing. Basically, as it literally says there, when you get full up on your positive quirks, I believe you're gonna have 5, it's either 5 or 6 positive, 5 or 6 negative quirks. If you gain any more at that point for positive quirks, it'll then rotate out and take away some of them that you got. So yeah, so now the issue is reinforcing is also very, very fucking expensive. So yeah, but this is where it's like you can work on getting taking away negative quirks, or if you got disease, like I'm gonna go ahead and get this treated because this is a pain in the ass. You can then do that. So yeah, go ahead and do that.
The line of this war is not in the dungeon, but rather inside the mind.
But then here we have the survivalist, who is where now you can start unlocking the rest of your camping
and a
skills.
strict instructor.
Yep. But that's basically her purpose, is she's just here so you just unlock your camping skills. Her only upgrade's just reducing the cost. What do we got on the Nomad? Plus 20 stun skill chance, plus 20% stun resist. Warriors count, plus 5 accuracy melee skills. Okay. What new heroes do we got? Ah, Man-at-Arms. These guys are pretty nice. I do gotta say, I do like them a lot. Man-at-Arms, so they're basically your defender class. Kind of like the closest you could say, well no, Reynald is literally a paladin, but like, I guess, basically closest you could say to getting to a second, like, knight class or defender class. Where they get a lot of different moves that hit. They're not like the hardest hitting class. They do some decent damage, but their main thing is they can do stuff like defender, where they guard a specific ally and give themselves protection. They can do a thing called riposte, where basically they mark themselves, and basically now if they ever get hit, they reflect back. They command to buff people. They have one of the best buffs in the game overall, Bolster, where they'll basically then be able to buff somebody and give them an extra dodge and minus 10 stress. They're just a really nice class, so. But yeah. So I'm definitely gonna take one. Now that being said, we gotta up our size because we're full now. Damn it, I need 2 more pieces of paper. Well, luckily, we can see if we have a option of doing so. Yep, so you can exchange your materials to get some more, so they're up our roster to 13. Alright. So we got 2 options for a Man-at-Arms, so who's got what? Alright, the buffs. You got Cave Scrounger, plus 5% scouting chance in Cove. Slow reflexes, I don't need you for speed. Yep, ooh, that accuracy though. Alright, and a Levy, Warrior of Light. Plus 10% damage towards above 75, pretty good. Plus 5 scouting chance of the Wardens, pretty good. Calm, minus 50% damage on the first round. That's not as bad as that would seem on him, because most of the time the way I play my Man-at-Arms is that I buff him at the very start, and then work towards, and then start on like secondary turns such attacking with them. So actually, 11, and then that kind of puts you in, so welcome aboard, sir.
The raw strength of youth may be spent, but his eyes hold the secrets of 100 campaigns.
Alright. Well, here, let's say, what's the other ones? I think it was a Plague Doctor and a Shield Breaker. Yeah, which I don't think I'm too worried about getting right now. Given our limited size, I'd better just save that all for new characters or another Vestal. But see, now that we've progressed far enough, we now have access to the boss of the ruins, the Necromancer Apprentice. Now, that's 20%. Ooh, that could actually be pretty good. A lot of times they give you good loot and such, so that's why it's like, I'm kind of wondering if we should really start going for them right off the bat, but I'd rather start working on some people to get them to level 2s before I would do that, so we may look at doing the other areas, starting some of those now. Alright. So the Warrens, we can get a Dazzling Charm. The Wield, we could get a Redemption Armlet. which honestly, that's just really good. We don't have a leper yet, but leper's one of my favorite classes. He's just a fucking damage, like, bruiser in this. Indeed. Alright. What's the ones we need for, blacksmiths? We need more papers. Okay, I think that's gonna largely determine where we go. Houndmaster, +4 dodge, +1 speed, minus 20% debuff resist. That one I honestly don't mind, because honestly, I always prepare fights for debuffs. I never really prepare them for any other. I really prepare them for more status effects, if anything else. Okay, both these get papers, and I'm honestly much more interested in getting that leper, that redemption armlet, so I think we're gonna do this. Now, that being said, though, this is the weld, and this is probably... Yeah, I would say this is my least favorite area to go through, pretty much. It's got what I find to be some of the more bigger struggles for me to deal with in this game. But the main thing you gotta keep in mind with the weld, do not bring characters primarily meant for poison in this place. You can, and there's some enemies, but most of the enemies are resistant or immune to getting blighted. So it's in much better interest to bring in, if you're gonna bring in like status people, either pure damage or bleed characters. So that. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna. Well, firstly, let me figure out who would I want to bring. So I think we're gonna want to bring the Jester in, since so we can finally make this his debut. Yeah, and I think we'll primarily want him as a second slot. Alvi, we'll probably bring you in as well. For a man-at-arms. Now, the only issue I have with this, though, is that this isn't really good TPS potential. Plus, then... You're actually a Warren's person. Do you have anything for the weld? No. Alright. Then I'm gonna replace you with her. Alright, and I'm gonna want to replace you because, well... You're not meant for the weld. We could put in Dismiss then, for this. Because Dismiss can at least be a pretty decent damage dealer. Because then how this can work is, I'm going to use the Jester and build him around a Finale. Since Finale, it moves him back 3 spaces. And I basically then put Dismiss in there to get within melee range, and he can then start meleeing and such. But yeah, so there, that gets us a healer, that gets us DPS, that gets us everything. So alright, sounds good. Now, one of the things I'm actually much more wanting for Dismiss, though, is I want to work towards getting point blank shot. But that's more so I want to like put that together with Moonaville to like start a point blank shot build between him and Shieldbreaker, because that's one of my favorite things to run in this game. Alright, Wicked Slice. Wicked Slice is just a basic. Duelist Advance is actually pretty nice, though. I would not mind getting that. Having 2 guys in the party that could just riposte people. Yeah, because tracking shot's nice. Tracking shot's pretty good. Yeah, I was about to say. Honestly, I think Grape Shot Blast is kind of the thing I'm really not feeling, so yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, so we're gonna take Duelist Advance, Open Vein, Duelist Advance. tracking shot, then pistol blast. Right. And then you're once again in the back, so boom. Boom. Judgment. And then yeah, there's never at any point where you should be in the front. So yeah, we could keep Hand of Light on you just because this is a group that can potentially be moving around a lot. So we'll, just in case, we'll keep Hand of Light on you. So we'll take off Dazzling Light. So we won't really have stun basically, but oh, that's your main thing. Oh no, we will. Yeah, so we'll have that, and then Divine Grace will be our main healing thing. And then I think that's about it, because the other two are level 1s. So, besides that, we're gonna put you somewhere to go and de-stress.
Strong drink, a game of chance.
Here, how about you also go gambling? Go gambling! Just please don't lose us money, please. I'd cry. I'd cry just a little bit. I'd cry a lot, but yeah. Alright, and then... Oh shit, no, I gotta buy stuff for the Jester as well. Probably this will be the only thing I need to do then, so Finale. So I don't need Harvest, I just need Slice Off, and then this is your thing. Do I want to work towards buffing Finale through these two or this one? Well, solo is purely if you're gonna really run this. This is kind of like something I just want to do along with it, so I'm gonna do Battle Ballad. There we go. Let's see. Well, no. Because then Dirk Stab, because then that works anyway. So, well, we want at least one dude with bleed. So that is the big thing. Okay. Yeah, well, at least one bleed for this place, so okay. So I'd say for the weld specifically, this his bleed stuff's gonna do us more. Just want to say hello. I need to go now because it's getting late. Well, no problem, Kenny. Sorry. Sorry. You know me. I'm a very technical planner when it comes to this stuff. Alright, but I think that's officially the crew, so come up with the gambling. Oh, we'd be doing a whole lot of gambling with this, so alright. Now with the weld especially though, we're gonna want to pack some medicinal herbs to cure disease type stuff. Pack 2 shovels. A skeleton key. Well, I don't know if the weld has anything with skeleton with locked boxes and such. Yeah, it's basically our very first time going into it, so... Weld. Blight and bleed damage, ignore the enemy's protection. Prot.
Corruption has soaked the soil, sapping all good life from these groves.
Alright.
Let us burn out this evil.
Got a very straight line here, so... Pack has a map inside? Oh, hell yeah. That's fantastic. Alright, dogs. Dogs are very bad, because dogs can sometimes they hit you, they will give you rabies. And rabies is not a good time. I just sliced off just because, well, it targets both of them. So, then we duelist advance,
Surges as the enemy crumbles.
activates riposte. There, we get that stun, and then we can just crush him. There, we won't even have to worry about anyone having take any damage.
Back to the pit.
There we go. Ooh. I forgot graves for a thing here. Usually we could use some shovels to be able to find some loot, but I only brought 2 with me, and we already know there's one obstacle in our path, so I think I'd rather just hold off. Just because if you can't clear an obstacle, you then have to take some damage and also gain a fuck ton of stress in the process. It sucks. I would highly not recommend ever doing that unless you absolutely have to. A lot of times the only reason you would is if you absolutely have to. Get that riposte going. Alright, you. We're gonna try and get the stun off. Good. Alright, sweet. Battle Ballad. It's a retribution that also activates riposte.
Maintain the offensive.
Sweet.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope.
Yeah, I don't think it's the, yeah, it's not the weld that I tend to have problems with. It's actually the Warrens that I remember that is probably actually my least favorite. I mean, every area's got its own thing of shit to deal with, basically, but
Another one falls.
the Warrens in particular mostly just have a lot of obnoxious enemies.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Alright. Here's the reason you need bleed stuff, because of these fuckers. Fungal scratchers. They have protection of 33, so they resist quite a bit, and that's basically it. It's just, without bleed on them, it's like, it's just, you're gonna be hitting them for a while. Now, I forgot to get my setup going, which is very unfortunate, but honestly, it's pretty fine. Yeah, so do these guys as well, so...
Precision and power.
yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, monsters high protect. Oh, and they resisted, fuckers. Alright. Here, I'm gonna stop y'all. These fungal artillerymen, all their whole thing is that basically they just, they mark people. Alright, I'm gonna defender you and up my protection. Yeah, they mark prey. So that's actually kind of perfect because I was gonna run the whole marking build with them anyway. So this works. And the marked, yeah, god, yeah, because that still hurts like a truck. There, alright, he's dead by the bleed now. then just maybe slice off and just kill that one.
Destroy them all.
Alright, but now we can just retribution now. And activate our riposte.
The death by inches.
Bam, 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 bam. No, so I think at this point we don't need to worry about buffing. I just need to worry about getting this blade off if I can. Can you try and get a stun off at least? Thank you.
Press this advantage.
Get rid of the Nasher. Can't staunch the flow, it's only one hit, so you can just crush it. Then please, thank you. Oh shit, nice, we managed to get that double-edged pendant.
Push on to the task's end.
On a drops, that is. I was kind of looking at that thing, so that works for me. Alright, here now. Don't forget this time around so we can get the setup going. Ooh.
Cruel machinations spring to life with a singular purpose.
Alright, item had no effect. And whenever an item doesn't have an effect, then it'll just be marked that X now, so you don't ever mess with it again. What about a torch? Not the spider webs. Alright. Dismiss, search it.
A fortune waiting to be spent.
Fair spider web fire, maybe it would do something. Please don't tell me it's gonna be at the very end. Okay, no, just right up ahead of us, so this could go good, this could go bad. Oh, nice. Managed to still get the jump on them though. Oh, and you're not counted as a skeleton person, so I can do some decent damage to you. Duelist advance, and now someone ought to be able to finish her off. Yep, like so. There you go. Protect you. Well,
Injury.
at least it's wasn't as bad as a crit as it could have been, I guess. Alright, good. I managed to get stun on that, so this battle's won.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Here, let's play it in Sparring Tune, at least lower some of that stress. Yeah. Now, do be warned, though, while you may think if you ever get down to one enemy, don't stall out fights anyway. It might be very tempting, but if you stall out fights for at least 3 rounds, 2 to 3 rounds, I believe it is, and there's only one enemy on the board, they'll call in for backup. So with that, it's just best to just continue doing your stuff and then just heal up, but still just work towards killing it.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Alright. So we're playing the risky game with this, but we've been doing pretty decent, so it's why I don't mind. Alright, harvest. Duels for post.
Another
Nice.
abomination cleansed from our lands.
Let's say here, try and stun you. Defender, defend you. Defend you since, I don't know, can I see? Yeah. I forgot about these things, his ability. So yeah, if there's ever a corpse, pretty much they'll, if there's corpses lying about and they attack, they'll revive the corpses. So it's kind of worth it to try and take them all out at once. Damn, can't do nothing on that. Don't slime me. Slice off here. You go ahead and take care of that one. And then, yeah, you please crush this one. Alright, we should be able to take that one out before it does anything crazy. Sweet. Thank you for the raid, Jacob. Hashtag Hubert doing his job at being useless as usual. Oh no, what is Hubert doing? Why Hubert so useless? Oh, thank you for the raid, buddy. Do I really want to risk this? I mean, we don't have that. We didn't actually get that much here. Hubert keeps dying in battle. That's what. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I would call that quite useless then. I know a certain ninja like that from Final Fantasy IV. I can't never keep him up alive more than 5 minutes. Hell, if we even reach the 5 minutes.
Masterfully executed.
Alright. Duelist advance. Is that gonna kill you? No. I guess I could just wait out stun. I didn't think about that. Yeah. Gets the riposte started, which is all that matters. Besides, we're around the tail end of this place, so. Retribution activates your riposte and mark yourself. No matter what RPG I play, there's always that one character that the game just hates, always targets them. No, but for real. I can't remember specifically what the last one I played I could really say is, but you know, it's like I think that the biggest example I could think of course, is Bravely Default, because I swear when I made Anya as my healer in that game, the game went out of its way to make sure she was always dead and couldn't do nothing. I was about to say they're both acting, so but there, that'll kill you. That's usually me when I play an ARPG game. It just be like that.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Oh shit, did we not explore back here? What's in this room? Oh, it's someone's campsite. And there was nothing in it. Why did I even bother? Hey guys, explore inside the tree trunk real quick. Oh, what do you mean there's no effect? What about here? Oh, nothing. Alright. Get in there. Sometimes a tree is just a tree. Okay, well that makes sense from a programmer perspective, but when it's not the healer, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, but I don't know, man. Like I said, for me, Final Fantasy IV, it's always Edge, or like kind of my ninja character, or kind of like the ninja character in that game that always gets targeted and just always gets pwned. I think I remember when I played Persona 3 Reload, for me, that might have been Junpei, when I streamed that. That's like, it really fucking hated Junpei's guts at a lot of points. yeah, heroes gain resolve levels. Basically, when a hero gains a resolve level, they get more. They get the ability to better withstand against the darkness. God-fearing. In town will only pray for stress relief. Backtracker. No stress penalty walking backwards.
Awash in blood and delusion.
Ah, yes.
He bears the burden of 1,000 lifetimes.
Blood Scourge. There are some who believe that only a litany of blood and suffering can cleanse sickness in the land. Here is one who will do his part. Alright. This is the Flagellant. Okay, not hating on Junpei, but Junpei does serve it at times. He has his moments. But also, to be fair, I would say, at least in Persona 3 case, everyone has their moments, but also, I love Persona 3 too so much that it's like, everyone's moments are kind of justified in a little bit in some way, shape, or form. They just hate on the Crit King, though. They want to see the Crit King dead, and they don't want to see him succeeding or thriving. Alright. But Flagellant. So Flagellant is basically, hey, do you want bleed? Do you really like bleed? Hey, you. Do you like bleeding your enemies? Here's a dude that his whole job is nothing but bleed. He is so good at his job, he debuffs people to bleed them even more. And not only that, he's actually a pretty good self-sustaining unit. He has abilities where basically he'll heal himself to 33. He'll heal himself up to a certain percent, though it also debuffs him, but he can buff himself. He does decent damage. And yeah, no, like I said, just like literally his whole thing is he bleeds targets and then debuffs them so you can do even more bleed onto them. I love the Flagellant. He's very, very cool. And this one's pretty alright, so I think we'll take him. We'll take him and add him to the crew.
There is power in the blood for those with the fortitude to pay the price.
I'm trying to remember the game, but there's a QTE even where if you press the correct button, the character goes, "No, I deserve this," and gets hit regardless. Does show up till after the chapter boss. I think so as well. There's some. I don't know specifically what you're talking about, but there's something in like somewhere in my mind that says that as well. Nice. All right. So firstly, what new heroes do we got? Ah, the Antiquarian. Now this is someone I've been looking for. All right. So the Antiquarians. Firstly, is there anyone new? Nope, everyone else we've talked about. But the Antiquarian is a interesting one. So her abilities are very dog shit. She has very, very bad stats overall. A lot of her stuff is very just not that great. Really, the only purpose you would ever have her around is kind of like just keep buffing people's dodges. Except she has a special mechanic that they don't tell you about until you put her in your party. Whenever she examines curios in dungeons and such, she has the ability of finding special curios that sell for way more than the usual price. And on top of that, just by having her in your party, she doubles the amount of gold you can stack on one space. So she is not someone you bring to boss fights. She's someone you bring in when you need some cash money, and you need it now. So, yeah, so I'm gonna add you. Night Owl, plus 2 speed towards below 26. Versus Beast, So as long as we just don't bring you to the Warrens, we're right.
Where others will not go, and sees what others will not see.
Sure thing, bro. She's just here to make me some shmoney. I don't think anyone gained an insane amount of stress during that. Yeah, so that was a pretty nice run, all things considered. We didn't really change in our money amount from it, but as it goes. Tough ring. Plus 10% protection, plus 50% max HP. Minus 50% damage, plus 10% stress. Ooh, but still, that's pretty just fantastic. I mean, for someone like, if I were to equip that to the Man of War, I mean, literally, then I could just turn that man into just an actual proper tank. I mean, he's not really there for damage purposes anyway, so fuck yeah. We might aim for the Necromancer then to do that. Because then let me think real quick. All right. So we'll probably bring Dismas just because Dismas is Dismas. The dude's been rocking worlds for a while now. We're gonna bring Foley into this. It's the ruins. So do we just want to run it with the default crew? I'd say, if I remember right, I do want someone that can hit back rows, though. If I remember this. So we could probably do Quesse, since she's got a... She's got Iron Swan, so she can aim literally straight for the back. Or we can work our way to get someone to the, front. Yeah, I think we may run with this crew then. Witch Hunters, I like that. Because Vestal's Vestal, she's gonna do that. And at least with Dismas, he comes in with a thing that prevents nighttime ambush, so if we take a camping trip, we'll be good. Okay. Now that, Dismas, we're gonna give you the Shimmering Coat. For that good defense. Hellion, yeah, we're gonna give you that for the max HP. Yeah, less stun resist, but I don't think anything's really gonna be able to stun us. I don't fully remember the Necromancer's moveset, so yeah, I don't really need that on you. Yeah, I think this will be the crew we run with, so let's search around quick. And we'll still keep Duelist Advance. Well, actually, just make sure. Do you have anything you can do from the second row? Okay, you can Incision. You can do that. Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty alright with your moveset, so I really don't mind just keeping all that. Your speeds are the exact same, though, so it's like, it could go either or if I can get the riposte strat going. So that is kind of a bit of the concerning thing. Well, I'd hate to do it, but, well, we could go do this and decrease the likelihood. And check, do you got anything for us? Abomination only. I don't have an Abomination yet. Heavy boots, 20% protection. Holy shit. -2 speed? I don't know, but 20%'s pretty fucking radical. If we're only just losing some speed. Alright, let me see, can I lower some prices? Oh no, I need stuffs for that. Alright, we're gonna buy it. We're gonna buy it and we're gonna slap it on the our Hellion here. Yeah, so she is definitely going last, but hey, she's got protection, and that's all she needs. Alright, what about the blacksmith? Alright, I need to at least be able to get some weapons to level 2, so here, we'll take 2 busts to turn that to that, and then boom. And then here, I feel comfortable selling this. The rest we could keep around. The rest I do not mind, because that's all good. There's that. There's that. Then upgrade some combat skills. Yeah, we'll keep her on Barbaric Yop. I'm fine with your entire moveset. You have got upgraded, and now I've got you upgraded as well. Sweet. Alright. I don't think I need to do anything with anyone special, so we are just good to head on and try and go kill the Necromancer Apprentice. Our very first proper boss fight, so we're gonna spare now. Well, here we can go 8. Go 8. Fuck. I don't think anything poisonous here, but we can definitely be bled. So, and then take 3 keys with us. We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do that, and then screw it, take an extra torch because why not? And an extra shovel. Good.
Mastery over life and death was chief among my early pursuits. I began in humility, but my ambition was limitless. Who could have divined the prophetic import of something as unremarkable as a twitch in the leg of a dead rat?
Oh, because necromancy. Yeah, gotcha.
A devil walks these halls. Only the mad or the desperate go in search of him.
Well, I'd say both mad and desperate. Would anyone agree? I think so. I do stream games on the internet. I don't really know what the desperate part would come in that. Maybe it's a bit maddening. I guess I'll say it. I don't think anyone here is interested in this kind of stuff, so... Alright, who's got, like, the least amount of stuff? Alright. DeQuestine, or however you say that name. I'm butchering the fuck out of it, I know it, but... What'd you get? To pin life goals to hero? Plus 20% damage until camp? Well, now we're just gonna avoid camping as much as humanly possible. That is perfect, because now she literally can now just yop, and not even have to worry about suffering the boost, or she can just adrenaline rush and now have a 42% increase. It's insane. All right. Okay, but see, that's what I mean. We have literally explored 2 rooms and they're already wanting munchies. It's kind of crazy. Oh, we did get some medicinal herbs. I believe I can use that on the Iron Maidens, and that clears some of any potential disease that characters can get while interacting with it. An old journal entry.
Glittering
And a painting!
Trinkets and baubles. Paid for in blood.
I love the way he says baubles. Also because I never knew that was a word until now. Oh. Alright, the Blackness of Fates, 1 out of 5. Our purpose was to desecrate their animalistic shrines and thus disperse the swine folk, but soon we came across an artifact, so it's far beyond the crude fetishes crafted by the pigmen. Unless if obsidian had been grown and twisted into a dark symbol of worship. It cradled a pulsing red orb, glowing with malevolent light. Cuthbert, Bolin, and I hesitated, but thrice Dan Mazir, driven by crazed impulse, thrust his torch in a hidden receptacle, and thus sealed our fate. Alright, gotcha. See a big scary orb? Shove the torch right in there. And it sounds like good things will all happen. true. That is not... It's not the greatest scenario. Alright, but what we can do is we can go ahead and just, like, start this, upper fighting. Ew. That's a miss I did not need. Because we can duelist advance. To at least go ahead and get him moved. And now we can start moving our Hellion upwards. Oh yeah, fail, fail, fail! Damn it! I hated you to fail, brother. That actually would have helped us.
Give them no quarter. Confidence surge.
Holy shit, Dismiss! That riposte is something else. So here, take a tracking shot.
Inspiration and improvement.
And then try and get a stun off her. Nice. So now we don't have to worry about stress. And I can't slice at her, so we'll poison the skeleton. As as Duke said, hey, gets her way up. I'm just gonna have to nickname her Duck. Because I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce that.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Alright, now I can start poisoning you as well. And judgment.
Foundation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Sweet. Oh, nice. This is the best scout we could have asked for. Not what I needed. I was really hoping I could see which way. I think it's probably at the end of the right hallway, if I had a hazard a guess. I kind of want to immediately push to the boss, since we have this plus 20% damage until camp. So I kind of just want to maintain that, like, as soon as possible. Damn you, some hungry motherfuckers. Like, guys, chill. We only have so many Cheez-Its and trail mix to pass around.
May indeed stalk these shadows, but yonder, a glint of gold.
Oh, damn, I completely forgot to move Dismiss. That's one real bad habit I have, which can be very costly as we're to actually move my guys. Dismiss giving no fucks, though. My man said this is my house, and y'all intruding.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Here, just try and get 2 heals on there. Just get a little bit of HP back before we end this fight.
Another one falls. Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
I have no clue or idea what you're saying. I think overconfidence will lead us to victory. The Blackest Fates, 4 out of 5. Now I find myself back in the Warrens among the remains of my companions. My wounds are too severe to allow the completion of my task. Thus, the desecration must resume another time. Curious, there is a ring in my pocket. Where it came from, I cannot begin to guess. Though it bears the sigil of the estate's ancestral owner. Very curious. Oh, here. I need to go do the switch round. Little switcheroo. Damn it! Not what I needed, guys. This is very much not what I needed, but this actually isn't as bad to work with as the first time, so. There, get that riposte going. Stop stabbing my plague doctory boy. Can I? Yeah, okay, minimum damage it will kill.
Falls, a faint hope blossoms.
There, and then move you into that position.
Destroy.
It's hilarious because the riposte is supposed to gives him a little extra critical chance, not just having it. But also, I am not complaining. My man is putting in work. Sweet.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
I already used the medicinal herbs, so yeah. I just don't like to risk it with those Iron Maidens, just because disease stuff is just like... Disease stuff's just like the worst kind of thing you can deal with. Right. Yep, but there's the boss room, so... Yeah, let's just make our way down then. Now we're definitely gonna up our torch before we head into there, so... Let that be known, I'm not that crazy. I'm crazy. I ain't that crazy.
First test. Now it must be carried home.
There, we can go ahead and just bump it all the way up. Yeah, dismiss. Yeah, 100%. And let me see, does this riposte have a limited number of turns? I don't think so. I think it just kind of goes and then just for the rest of the fight. Alright, but here's our boss. Go ahead and take some munchies, get us a little closer to max, and then we'll definitely just stick around to explore the rest of this place, but clearing our main objective. Go ahead and start that now. The Necromancer Apprentice. Yep, and well, as you expect, he's a bone master. But surprisingly itself, he's not resistant bleed, so he is a normal, like, kind of enemy type, so... let's see, which does more damage over time? Yeah, Blight. Incision's just kind of, we want a little extra. So I'll just go ahead and start blighting his ass. He has like a 75% chance to resist stun, but you've only got 25. So I'd stop you from doing some stuff. And I did not stop him from doing stuff. It's quite rude. Yeah, you go ahead and just Adrenaline Rush. So now your damage at like 42%. Alright, he's now taking 10 damage per round. At least for the next bit. Yeah, now my hopes would be, it'd be a bit much to ask for, but my hopes would be that now we have Duck so powerful that she can just like own most skeletons in one hit. So here, I'm gonna try and stun this one so it doesn't get a hit in. Sweet. Okay, no, riposte is limited in the rounds it can do, but all good. So here, I'm just gonna take a shot. Then Wicked Hack. Yeah, because she deals like 14, so... Yeah, but the thing I didn't consider for corpses, so... But if he does keep summoning them, it's not actually that bad, because all that would mean is he'll eventually get to the back, and then I could just start Iron Swanning him. The flesh is willing. Ugh. Could the flesh not be willing? It's kind of nasty. Because the nice thing is we can still keep plague grenading him, so he will never escape the poison. He is always being blighted. Alright, I'll say, you could just kind of be on stun duty and just healing anybody if we ever get on death's door.
Are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Okay, that works. Yeah, so Bullet's gonna kind of just be our main damage dealer in terms of just like keep poisoning him over and over, so like he just keeps taking it.
Back to the pit.
Damn, you didn't have to ruin him that bad. I mean, I'm appreciative, but damn. Yeah. Well, we didn't make any use of the riposte, but no well. Great. Now we can kind of start all just jumping him. Duck will just keep just nailing these skeletons. Oh wait, unless he backs up even further, and now I can Iron Swan him. You dingbat, you fell right into my trap. But maybe not, because then well, here. We'll blight that one. We'll be taking a bit of a risk by letting them get turns in, but it's all good. Oh yeah, no, okay, good. Yep, so Iron Swan. Sweet.
To actuate them. Will these walking bones?
That is what I am talking about.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled.
Ooh.
They can be beaten.
Poison herb. Plague Doctor only, uncommon, plus 40% blight skill chance, minus 15 max HP. Alright, when we say 15, how much is that like in reality? 3. Okay. Beast Slayer's Ring, plus 25% damage versus Beast, minus 8 dodge. It'll be useful for that'll be useful primarily for the Warrens, because Warrens has the most beast creatures, I believe, in it. The Forest has some, but like not too many. Okay. But now, we're gonna spend the rest of the time just exploring around, so we can then just loot this place. Which usually that's just kind of the way I would always say it. You take it to, because you kind of just want to hit the boss as soon as possible, just because you don't want to risk getting screwed up and messed up by the dungeon itself, and then arrive at his doorstep with like no HP. Okay, guys, chill out. The Rice Krispies are gone, and like, we've only got so much left. I mean, like, can we just like chill out a little bit? Do you want some Chex Mix instead? Would that help you? Would that calm you down?
To be spent.
You know what? We're pretty good. We're pretty awesome, so I'm willing to take the risk. Not... Well, I mean, honestly, it's probably the hardest encounter you could ask for this point. There. Okay, well, you got the riposte going, and that's what matters. Play grenade. Let's get them all blighted up. You can Iron Swan and just kill him. Dazzling Light. There, so that's done too, and now you'll just die by the blight, no matter what. So now we can just take our attention elsewhere. Those boots are coming in clutch, though. I mean, hot damn. Holy crap, wait a minute. How much did they reduce by? 20% protection. I have a tough ring now. If we get that to the Man of War, he can up his protection automatically by 15. I can have a damn near half dude that has half protection on him. Holy shit. That is pretty fucking neato. I cannot lie. That's pretty good. To already have something like that this early on. But here we can how bad is that bleed? 1. You are actually pretty low. I want to get that taken care of. Yeah, so just make sure. Oh, you're not gonna die by that. Oh, okay, so no, I need to do that. Alright, you are now actually gonna die though. That's good. Yeah, judgment. Or that'll just take you out. Alright, no problem. We like that in this household. So do some last healing for the getting around to the end of this. Then that should take him out. Yep.
Unforeseen, unforgiving.
There, I'm just gonna adrenaline rush and then let the poison deal with them.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Plus 5% blight resist, -2 dodge. That's just a trinket we're gonna sell. Well, I don't need to camp anymore, so we can just chuck the firewood. Alright, unlock that hidden compartment.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Oh no, man, just rub some quarters on it. I'm sure the wounds will get better. Alright, so after this next room, though, we will have to leave because, well, I also think I tend to notice whenever I play this game, your heroes tend to ask to eat a lot more food when you're traveling back through hallways you've already been to. So, yeah, that's another thing. Thank you for actually targeting the one person that's got stuff. Oh, and now this is exactly why I give you a Hand of Light, though, for these kind of situations. There, because now you just get a massive, massive boost to yourself. Ooh. I'll say. Anyone want to target my dude that's ready to counterattack? That's ready to hit him with a...
Counter!
A death by inches.
Sweet. So here, just do another advance, so you can also go forward again. Could just do another Hand of Light, just because it's like, it's a damage buff on damage buff. Because I said whenever she does get back to a judgment range, she'll be good. But I don't need to worry about that.
Success so clearly in view. Or is
We don't
it
need
merely
antitoxins.
a trick of the light?
Unlock this and get our treasures.
Wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
At this point we don't need any more shovels, so... yeah, so just take that. Alright, get you back up front. Get you over yonder. Sweet. Get that post going. Ooh, is that gonna kill her? Yes. Oh no, damn it. Well, it'll kill her next round. No, no, do it to the guy to the slight left of her.
Haunting the hearts of men.
Shit, alright. He's on death's door, though. I need to get him out of that. I'll say that's a crit I needed. Oh, this is our last fight, so it's not like we're being affected by a debuff the entire place. Alright. So we need to go ahead and start killing enemies to reduce the risk of them killing Dismas, though. Alright, you're fine. It's one.
A decisive pummeling.
Sweet, that crit's pretty nice. Alright. Do that, and now the poison will kill him, and now... Alright.
This is how a life is taken.
Now we got this guy, which won't be any issues to us. Yeah, like so. Woo! Alright, well that's scared me at least for a little bit.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
That's why I'm taking this pride, and we are going on out of here. Damn, that is crazy though. The fact that we're literally just gonna be able to just have a man of war that just with such insane defense right off the bat. Oh no, Dismas got sticky wicky. Unerring, plus 10 damage range skills. You're nothing but slicing though. Eagle Eye, plus 5 crit range skills. Now that's some good shit. Vertigo. Okay, honestly, that's not that bad. I mean, he has Duelist Advance, so, and he's good for any front position, so honestly, I don't mind keeping that on him. Tuckered out, minus 10% damage if HP below 50. You know, fair enough.
Perhaps things are not as bad as they seem.
Oh shit, one good week. And while the campaign continues to drag on, recent events have emboldened the standing roster. Confidence is reported to be at all-time high. Alright, all idle heroes plus 10% stress heal received. Damn. I gotcha. Alright, well firstly, anyone new in the stagecoach? 2 new occultists that we could choose from. Lazy Eye, plus 5, minus 5 accuracy range skills. Most of your stuff is ranged. Nymphomania, plus 20% stress healed, received in the brothel. Alright, he's a man whore. Gotcha. Ruins Foe, plus 20% stress in Ruins. Honestly, Ruins is something I'm not even too... Your stuff is much more Eldritch, so that's why I wouldn't really mind. I don't mind that in particular. Unyielding, plus 10% death blow resist. That's pretty good. Alright. I need more paper. Lord knows we have all the busts in the world. So... there. I will take this one. Yeah. Collier.
To fight the abyss, one must know it.
Whew. Alright. Okay, well guys, honestly, I think that's a pretty decent, I think that's a pretty decent point to call it, really. I wasn't intending to go too long on this, and it did reach my goal of, I was at least hoping to take out the Apprentice while we were here, but, you know, we got a very decent lineup going, so I think I'm just gonna prep stuff for us to get started in next session whenever we do our next session of this on, and then yeah, go from there. And then just we'll call this the end of stream. Yeah, so no, this thing's meant for you. Like this is literally perfect for you. But also let me just go ahead and figure out what I want to do next. Yeah, so now here's some veteran. Since did we get anyone to level 3? No. So we've now opened up a veteran quest. Now you can send in lower level heroes into these quests, but they will tend to much more easily get stressed out, and well, obviously their stuff, some of their stuff will not be totally up to snuff at that point, given you can't upgrade it. One of the biggest things that you need to keep in mind with this game that it doesn't tell you until it happens, when heroes get to a high enough level, they will stop being able to go onto lower level quests. Like basically, you'll try and put them in. So the moment they hit level 3, like the moment they hit level 3 and above, they will not be allowed to go on these green quests, because then they'll be like, why are you sending me into this shit, man? It's like, I'm too cool for this. It's like, well, but you're not. Well, I am. So, but you can always send in lower level parties into higher level areas, and you'll get more XP out of it, but obviously you're taking a much bigger risk. But yeah. So let me figure out what I really want to do starting off. I need more stuff for upgrading, so I think I need to get more papers right now. I think it's my biggest priority and worry. Yep. But now, since we've been the Necromancer apprentice, we're now going to start. Now, when we do missions in the ruins, we're going to just continue getting more progress to reach the next boss of it, which is basically another Necromancer. Each boss basically, each area has its own primary boss that you'll basically be fighting, and then fighting stronger versions of it. Some of them do have 2 different fights you can do as well, but all of them have at least their one primary boss that you'll be fighting over and over again as you upgrade it. And of course, they sometimes get new moves, but it's mostly bigger HP, harder hitting moves, that kind of thing. That's for Crest, which, to be fair, it wouldn't be a bad idea also just like line up a whole bunch of Crest, but but the Weld, that is a campaign, that is a medium adventure, wouldn't be too bad of an idea. It would give us an excuse to go ahead and put in the flagell. It could be the flagellant's play. Yeah, you know what? I think we'll do that, and then we'll prep that for next session. But I'm going to change around your moves, though, so, because they make you slightly less. Well, look at the ones I usually prefer on you. Yeah, and we could bring the Antiquarian for some, extra deal. Well, if I'm gonna do that, though, I'd really like someone on with him that could do some damage. We do Reynold. Reynold's actually pretty... Reynold, even if it's not against unholy creatures, he can actually do pretty decent. I may just replace some of his stuff. Like, I may take off Zealous Accusation to give him something else, like Holy Lance. Just give him some sort of move where he goes forward instead, just because, while I like Reynold, I actually, funnily enough, rarely play the Crusader characters as, like, tanks. I actually much prefer them at creating them to be just much more heavy-hitting, like heavy hitting guys that can also occasionally just help heal up. So I think we definitely do that. And then you... Maybe that replace you two. We need to at least change the color of. Okay, there, so I can better differentiate. Then do that, and then do I want to bring the antiquarian to this? What's your camping skills? Do you have anything unique? Produces a random trinket that actually could be pretty alright. At the very least, it could just give us stuff to sell. So, yeah, I think we'll also take the antiquarian since, well, if it's a camping trip, well, then it means even more chance for doing that. So there, trinket scrounge. Alright, yeah, we need to get Zealous Vigil on Reynolds so that way we can prevent nighttime ambush as well when we next start this up. Nah, 15's big pricey. I'll just take the hit. Say Holy Lance. Then boom. There, and you're not even leveled up, and you're also not leveled up. But what I am going to do on you... Yeah, bickering papers. Force guard by ally. Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. Okay. And yeah, there you go. Alright. Well then, with that, I think, yeah, we got our crew set up for next time. A bit nervous about the antiquarian, but the other two I have no issues with. Let's see, the Reign of Sorrows. Yeah, I think that's definitely one I like to have on you. $33. Yeah, Reign of Sorrows. Yeah, because I have no interest in Reclaimed. Suffer. Clear mark target. Transfer bleed. Transfer blight. Self. Minus 20% stress. Mark target. Do I just want to give you both healing skills? Because the rest of these I'm honestly not too big a fan of. Because that literally just states it does the opposite unless it becomes different as it gets upgraded. I mean, I guess we could do Suffer just because it's just in case we ever have an emergency scenario. That could work out. But oh, we got that ready, guys, and I've been Psychonius. And this has been some Darkest Dungeon. Tomorrow we'll be playing some more. We'll be finishing up Expedition 33's post game. And I was originally thinking if we cleared in like 2 hours, we could probably then start up Yakuza Kiwami 2, which is our next the next playthrough on the docket. But I think it'll definitely take more than like 2 hours for us to finish it up, because I still got Lamp Master, and then I still got Renard's Drafts, and I still gotta look up where that one area that I missed is. I can't think of anything else. So I'll pull up some Tales of Graces to play us out, but yep. So starting next week, guys, as well, we'll be getting fully started on Yakuza Kiwami 2. Yeah, with that, guys, I wish everyone a wonderful, wonderful night, and take care. Bye-bye.